The roar of the crowd can only really mean one thing. Race day has arrived here in Abu Dhabi. It's time to join our teams who are getting ready down on the grid. The Yas Marina circuit, just over 3.4 miles long with 21 corners and 2 very long back straights. There are 2 DRS zones going into the heavy braking zones of both turn 8 and turn 11 and offer plenty of potential for overtaking. The circuit comes with its fair share of tricky corners as well, in particular 15, 16 and 17, which will certainly test a driver's braking management. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, yes, it is that time of the week again, Formula 4 Racing. Well, with me again is my co-host there. Hello, Housey. How are you, my friend?
I'm all good, brother. I'm all good, brother.
Oh, good.
Here and looking forward to this one.
Yeah, definitely, mate. It is. Well, I mean, bit of mixed reports from a couple of lads in the server, or in the league, of course. Some of them like it, some of them don't, as Mad G. The Mad G, man, the original stat man, has just subscribed. There you go. Thank you very much, Mad G. I do hope you're well. And yes, we will catch up with you next week, of course. A bit of a rotating roster with the co-commentators and so on and so forth, real life commitments and stuff like that. So of course we've got Hello There Housey, and of course you do know of Mad G, so he will be in the commentary box next week and the week after, so we will welcome him when that comes. But yes, Abu Dhabi, as I was touching on before there, mate, some boys love it, some boys do not, and of course this being traditionally towards the end of every calendar season, yeah, I dare say not many lads tend to sort of practice this one. But knowing that we do a randomised calendar, of course, because we are very unique here at Formula 4 Racing. Yes, as you are well aware, there are multiplayer cars. There are 5 teams, 4 players in each team. And, well, they consist of the team Hello Kitty. We've got Rockstar Racing. We've also got Jaguar Racing, Monster Energy, and Golf Racing. Those red dots you see are the reserve livery folks. So yes, we welcome to the league, Mr. Tactical Genius. Yes, finally landed him, and he is a part of it. And good to have him on board. So he's got his first outing out with us. Of course, Abu Dhabi, as I did touch on there, Housey. Track liked by some, hated by most. And I can dare say I'm going out on a limb here, Housey. I reckon we've got no rain. If we get rain, mate, buy a lot.
I was just going to say that.
I mean, if we get rain, it'll be the first time in how many, 100 years we get rain in the desert.
We should one day.
We'll just set it all up.
One day, just stick it on.
Set it up for torrential, mate. What do you reckon? As we welcome to the chat, Mr. Nat Hammer. How are you, my friend? Looking forward to seeing you strut your stuff on this magnificent track. Yes, those two back straights. Have a look at them, Housey. They take up the majority of that track map. And, talk about a DRS zone to envy, to be fair. So, yes, as the boys are in the garage selecting their setups, excuse me, you will just flick through the list. Of course, yes, you've got Mr. Fury Strat, number one up there. Of course, no time set. We've just loaded in. Here's a Hello Kitty car, so that white dot you will see is Team Hello Kitty. One Slick Mofo, that is Golf Racing, that aqua sort of colour dot there. Of course, here's Snooey there. We've got the Stig, and the Stig is in the wrong livery. That is meant to be a green dot. Stig. What are you doing? Unless it could be, of course, the glitch, the livery glitch that we see from time to time. But there he is there, Mr. Tabbed, we welcome back, of course. He has reserved for us a couple of times there, folks. But yes, he's put his hand up. Unfortunately, we are missing Bozza and Johnny M4 tonight. They are the two regular full-time drivers that are... unfortunately, have got other commitments and could not make it for this, for this Grand Prix. But Tabbed is quite established in what he does out there, so looking forward to seeing where is the Stig? There is the Stig there, and yes, he's just got the standard reserve, the standard multiplayer option. So we'll have to remember that one there, Housey, as the Stig's done us absolutely no favours whatsoever. And we've got Nodsty out there on track as well. That is Rockstar Racing, folks. That is exactly what the livery looks like. And Nodsty, no stranger to the top three. He's just had a phenomenal run of results of late, hey, Housey.
The men's form's been pretty incredible. We have to say that at least. I mean, pretty much top of the tree most of the way along, hasn't he?
Yeah, he most definitely has.
I mean, his run of results have been. Hang on, let me just have a flick in the book. His worst result is a 6th place. He's had 2 6th places, one at Netherlands and one at Austria. Sorry. The rest of it, he's been in the podium positions. So that sort of form, you can't argue with, and that is why the man leads the championship.
That's exactly
right.
Simple
as that.
That's exactly right. It says Rip the Beans has left the session. I'm not too sure what's going on there. Maybe he's got a bit of a dodgy connection issue. But there is one Slick Mofo, as I did touch on before. That is... Mad G loves a bit of banter, and he's already in the chat saying disqualification for the wrong livery. Well, there you go. That might be one for the stewards there, Mad G. I like your little winking face. Yes, of course, folks, tongue in cheek. But that is the Golf Racing livery that one Slick Mofo has donned. And hang on a minute. We've got Tabbed.
Tabbed's lost it.
Tabbed has lost it, and he was on his first flyer. So we will flick back down to, I do believe Nodsty will be next, and he's just getting his lap underway, of course. Tabbed well and truly getting out of the way of Nodsty, as we like to see. Thank you very much, Tabbed. As Crazy Kiwi. Oh, there you go. Thank you very much. Yes, let's just touch on Crazy Kiwi, of course. We are in Q1, so it's a bit of a sort of I was going to say a nothing session, but it is not quite a nothing session. Of course, the name of the game is Survival. P16 through to 20. We will lose, but Crazy Kiwi, yes, he was a full-time driver. Unfortunately, of course, at the start of the new game, there is teething issues. Yes, we get updates. Yes, we get patch updates and so on and so forth. And Crazy Kiwi, well, the second part of his name says it all. He's from New Zealand, of course, and, there you go. He just could not commit to that, and he had to step aside, probably to his detriment. And, the commitment of these full-time lads has been phenomenal.
Oh, hang on a minute.
And what's going on with...
We've got a massive... Yeah, we've got an incident at the end of the pit lane. I think it's Mofo. And who else got caught up in that? I think one of the Jaguars got
Yeah,
caught
I'm just
up
on
in
board
that.
with Darkness Abyss. It looks like he's actually quite
Yeah, it was
fine.
Darkness.
No visible damage to report of, but one slick mofo, not how we wanted to start this session. As we'll flick back down to Nodsty, and I'll keep touching on Crazy Kiwi. There he is there, just reporting in,
who's
saying
that?
it is the livery glitch, as Nodsty has just invalidated. But yeah, the commitment of these full-time drivers has been impeccable, to be fair, and try to keep it extremely fair to keep these reserves not only entertained, but keep them wanting to come back for more. And of course, like I did touch on, the commitment has been absolutely phenomenal, and we cannot fault that, of course. As the Stig, the first one on the board, sets a 1 minute 37.2, and there he is there, and it is definitely the livery glitch, is what Crazy Kiwi is saying. So we've got Nat Hammer on the back straight as well there, mate. Just trying to pick up who is next. We've got Tactical Genius. There he is there on his outlap, of course, just getting out of his way. Thank you very much. So Bopton
just set a lap. No, he's on his outlap. Kyotonic did set a lap there, 137.0.
Apologies,
Smakinder
Kyo.
had a spin on his outlap.
Apologies, Kyo.
Smakinder. Yeah, Smakinder had a spin on his outlap.
I think Macedonian is furthest along. At the moment, anyway. He's just crossing the start-finish line now. I'm just trying to pick up who else is on a hot lap, because we've got...
Brad Tay is on a lap.
Thank you very much.
Coming out the last final corner now.
Good
21.
job, Housey. Loving your work there, mate. But yes, there you go. Brad Tay sets a 1 minute 36.7.
Blue Dog.
Well, there he is, the man, the Blue Dog. And, well, there you go. He sets a 1 minute 36.7. Almost have a look. I mean, if they if they weren't teammates, you'd sort of question, of course. Brad Tay and Blue Dog have been doing battles everywhere, here, there, and everywhere. And here they are, teammates. Nat Hammer sets a 1 minute 37.397. But if you don't mind, that is just like 11 thousandths between those two. We'll flick back down to Tactical Genius as he's just about to start his lap. And looking forward to seeing how this lad gets on here at Formula 4, of course. Flick back down to Macedonian. Where is he? He's on the back straight, of course. And let's just see what Macedonian can do. We've got Darkness Abyss out there as well, but he's a little bit behind Macedonian. So I do believe it might be Macedonian, if not Bopton.
Tonic's going to go again. Tonic's just about to set another lap. It's already got a lap on the board, but no, it doesn't improve.
Yeah, we'll focus on Bopton. He's about to cross the line now. He sets a 1 minute 37.6 as I'll flick back down to, where was I? Where was I? Just lost my train of thought there, folks. Macedonian, there he is there. Team Hello Kitty, folks. That's exactly what it looks like. That is the Hello Kitty livery. And, well, there you go. So you don't get lost for yourselves. You know exactly who's who in this particular zoo, as Macedonian sets a 1 minute 36.8. So not too bad to get us going there, mate.
No. Times are starting to come on the board. Darkness Abyss is next along, I believe. Team Jaguar.
He certainly is.
He's coming under that unique hotel. It cuts under the track, down at turns 18, 19. He will be the next one to set a time.
He most certainly will, as he comes around that last corner now. Well, it's a bit long anyway. I don't think this will be it. He's just turned his ERS right up, so we'll flick back down to Macedonian. Where is he? Macedonian set a 1 minute 36.8. Behind him, there was also Tactical Genius, as I'll flick that back down to him.
Yep.
And let's just see what this lad can do. Of course, his first lap here at Formula 4 sets a 1 minute 36.4, if you don't mind, and puts it on top of the tree.
Nat Hammer, about to cross the line.
Yeah, no, he'll be going again. Definitely be going again, as I've got a message. I'll leave it with you. As that was just the Stig.
He's out. Kyotonic's out.
Kyotonic is out. That is unfortunate, as the Stig has just messaged me with proof of his livery. That's okay, Stiggy boy. We understand, mate. There is a livery glitch, of course, as we are on board with Mr. Fury Strat. And there he is there. He's about to set his time of a 1 minute 36.7. That puts him P4 there, Housey.
Snewy's out. He's just had a massive crash with one of the reserves, I think. I think it's Tabs. It is.
There you go.
Curbs, I think Snewy's hit the curbs on turn 3, those lethal curbs that seem to be the case in this game. And Tabs somehow collected him. Tabs okay. He'll get back to the pits, but he needs a wing. Yet to set a lap time. So
there you go. There's 2 names already. I mean, even if you put Kaio in the name bunch, of course, yes, those 3 are already out. So we're only looking for another 2 more, Housey. This track, I mean, Jesus Christ, detriment as Nodsty sets a 1 minute 36.7.
Look at that. Team Rockstar, 3, 4, and 5 at the moment. Darkness Abyss sets the fastest lap time so far of a 1:36.291. Team Jaguar to put it on P1 at the moment. I'm seeing a lot of people spinning around here as I'm flicking through the drivers, to be honest.
Yeah, me too. Me too, mate, of course. As I did touch on pre-stream or even early doors in the stream, towards the end of the calendar for most leagues, this one, of course. But yes, the boys do compete here with us. And, well, I dare say they've all been practicing. But, yeah, I know Snooey, for example, and for example, Snooey and One Slick Mofo were a bit unsure if they were going to make this one and probably just didn't get enough practice in as what they probably would have liked, of course. As there he is there, the great man himself, as we do talk about him. Well, there you go, Rip the Beans with a 35.7. Obviously, that lad's done some practice as the Popcorn Man is in the chat. And yes, another last to first challenge coming up. Well, I like the confidence, Snooey, and we'll be cheering you on all the way, unbiasedly, of course, as 2.5 sets a 1 minute 38.3. He will need to go again. We've got tabbed
behind him.
Oh, sorry. No, S5's on the back straight.
We've
got tabbed yet to set a time, of course. He is just invalidated, unfortunately. Yeah, he certainly does. There's 2 Rockstar Racing lads behind him. One of, I dare say, would be Brad Tay. He sets a 1 minute 36.3, if you don't mind there, Housey. And Nodsty's coming around again. It looks like he's going in the pit lane. So there is a stranded tyre stuck on that pit lane entry, folks. And, well, there is absolutely nothing we can do about that one. Bopton is out there on track on the back straight, as you can see. We've got a couple of lads out there. 2.5, I do believe.
S5.
Thank you very much, Housey.
Next.
There he is there, the Hello Kitty Pot 4 driver. As Darkness Abyss says, you know what, lads? A 1 minute 36.2. I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to kick back and enjoy the show. So great stuff by you, Darkness. As Mad G just says, don't take the popcorn to the pit lane then or into the cockpit as Suicide 5 sets his first, well, flying run of a 1 minute 37.1, and I reckon he's going to have another crack there, Housey. We've got a Jaguar of Smakinda. Where is Smakinda? Yeah. There he is there. Yet to set a time is the lad. And of course, oh, massive tank slapper. There he is there, and lucky to regain that. Good car control there by Smakinda, of course. We're into the 3rd sector here at Abu Dhabi, and this is one of the most, if not the most technical sector in pretty much, well, especially towards the later end.
Out.
And 2.5 is out.
Exactly the same.
There you go.
Who's that? Snooey.
And we have just got on board with that Smakinda, and we've just seen 2.5 stranded there at the start of the pit lane as Smakinda sets a 1 minute 36.0. And have a look at those Jag boys, mate. P1, P2, P3, if you do not mind. So, well, let's just have a look. Old Boy's still in the pit lane is what Old Boy loves to do, of course. We've got Suicide 5 out there. He's entering the 3rd sector. He's on a... No, he's
next one.
very slow compared to his previous best. So, Chasey Dane with a previous of a 1 minute 36.7. There he is there. He's almost level pegging with his first sector time. He's coming onto the back straight now, and if he's timed this run to perfection, well, they're a little bit far ahead. I was just going to see if he was going to get a nice little handy toe down this back straight, of course. We've got a reserve lad out there. That is Tactical, and we've also got tabbed out there, all on out laps. Tactical has just started his lap, so that would be tabbed that Chasey Dane has just got by. So we'll just keep an eye on Chasey to see what he's doing. Of course, we've got Mr. Fury straight out there. He's just putting around. He's on 3 lap old soft. So we'll flick back to Chasey Dane. I think he's the next one on an absolute flyer, unless it's Smakinda.
Smakinda is, but he's obviously got his P2 time on the board already. I think he's fairly safe, to be honest.
Yeah, I would say he's safe with the 36. But he's on a lap. Yeah.
But we only need tabs and Old Boy just to set a decent enough lap, and that'll be it, because we've lost 4 already.
We have lost 4.
Looking to lose one more.
One more, exactly right, Housey. Exactly right there, mate. As Well, there you go, Nat. Of course, as I did touch on early doors, mate, Snooey and Mofo weren't sure if they were going to make it. They probably didn't get enough practice in as what they probably would have liked. I'm not making excuses, but the curbs are treacherous here, and as Chasey Dane does not improve, he said a 1 minute 36. Whoa, yes, he did, just almost. There you go, a 36.775 keeps him P10 nevertheless. As we'll flick back up to tactical.
So
Whereabouts is he? Sorry, I just mistabbed. Yes.
No, that's right. He's just starting his lap. So he needs this lap. He's yet to set a lap time. So I think it is tactical that will be next across the line.
Yeah.
If he's on the lap. Oh, Tab spun it again.
Gee, Tab did message me, and he hasn't done much practice at Abu Dhabi. Like I did touch on, it is towards the end of the calendar on most leagues.
3 again.
But there you go. He has spun as Tactical Genius sets a 1 minute 36.6. Does not improve on his previous best time, but stays P6.
3 minutes.
Old boy has
3 minutes, Tabs, to get round.
Old boy's still in the garage there, mate. What is he doing? Old boy leaving it very late. Is he?
Well, yeah, he's just coming out now. He's just exiting the pit lane now, isn't he? Oh, no,
no, he's not. No, that's his teammate. So, old boy,
I
don't know. What's he doing? Maybe he's got a bathroom break that went a bit too long. I am not too sure, folks. But we'll watch Tab, of course. Tab has yet to set a time. As Housey did touch on, we're really only looking for one more. And, well, if old boy doesn't get his butt out there and set a time, I mean, he will be the one.
Tabs not going to set a lap either because he's got, like I said, he had 3 minutes to go. He's missing an end plate on his wing, so.
Well, he's currently out there at the moment.
He's not going to get a great lap.
He doesn't need to set a great one if old boy's stuck in the pit lane. Oh, hang on a minute. As there is old boy looking to spoil the party. Old boy comes out of the garage and he says, hang on a minute, don't forget about the banana bender. And that is TCF. Old boy is, well, Tab doing his best, his absolute best, just to record a time. And there you go, an invalidation for the lad. And he will be the one we lose. So at the end of the day, it'll be up to old boy. Old boy just needs to set a valid time here. Don't do nothing too crazy. Don't do nothing too stupid.
No, of course, well, 37-0, doesn't he?
Well, yeah, he needs to beat a. Yeah, that's right.
37-0.
I mean, the choice of language that I use doesn't need to do anything too stupid. Of course, old boy is, well, he's not stupid at all, of course. Yes, he's been with me anyway for quite some time. I've known him for quite a while. The resident banana bender as well with Mr. Fury Strat. Those two lads are both Queenslanders. And, well, we salute our Queensland friends. But yes, here comes old boy prepping his car on an outlap. This is the only guy we're going to focus on, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, he's yet to set a time. It's up to him if he can make it. Tabbed is stuck in the pit lane. He can't come out. Of course, he had a bit of a spin. Lost his end plate, as Housey did touch on. And, well, right at the death too. So, disastrous for that lad. And, well, he did tell me pre-race, Housey, that he was going to struggle. He was going to struggle to get out of Q1 regardless. But, I mean, Mr. Sandbags himself is what we know Tab to be. Yes, I will touch on that story yet again, because we are technically really only watching old boys. So yes, did some practice with Tab on last year's game, of course. He was quite new to the scene, and he was picking me brain regarding Mexico Strat and all that sort of stuff. He's just doing average lap times. Next thing you know, come qualifying on race day, he's just gone whack and puts it on top. And we're all looking at each other going, what the hell is this? So from that point on, he inherited the name Mr. Sandbags, and I'm sure Tabbed won't mind me saying that, as Tabbed is out. He's binned it. He has absolutely binned it. So they are the five there, Housey. So we'll just wait and see what old boy can do. Of course, old boy won't just be happy putting around there. So hang on a minute. Well, the top guys being out, that helps. Well, Beans, mate. Beans. You're a pot 2 driver. You are in the same, well, conversation as those top guys, of course. And, well, there you go, your teammate, you and your teammate, excuse me, P1 and P2.
Nodsty's out. Nodsty is out.
No way, we have lost, let's just see. Yep. Well, there you go, a lad that didn't need to be out there would have been safe, mate. Let's just see where he is. We've got waved yellows, and, well, we're coming up to old boy.
19.
There he is. Well, there's a wheel in the car.
In the middle of the track.
The car has gone, but his wheel still remains.
So the championship leader out. Old boy just needs to set his time here.
And he certainly has.
He does.
The 1 minute
And there we go.
36.1 is, well, we touched on it last week, of course. Notsty too didn't qualify too well. If I do remember correctly, as the Stig, I do apologise, Stig, but yes, he just set a 1 minute 36.7, and that is, hang on a minute, unless Suicide 5, where is he? He's out there at the moment. He's the only one that can change this up.
No, he's down.
Well, let's just
He's
see.
down on his time, though.
He needs to make up a hell of a lot of time in this third sector, mate.
He needs a good third sector.
Yeah, exactly right. So, I mean, you can make up a heap of time if you get it absolutely right in that third sector. There is that stranded wheel that he's just driven through, so maybe not there for him. But there's a few wheels on track, and that is Codemasters doing their brilliant thing. Yes, patch update soon to be released as Suicide 5. I'm not too sure. I missed that, Housey. The screen changed too quickly.
Yeah, he backed out.
Oh, I'm not too sure if he's safe. Let's just see. Let's just see.
P16, no, he's on his dash. It's P16 on his dash, so no, I think he's out.
Oh, have a look at it. Have a look at the lads we have lost. Nodsty, Kyotonic, Suicide 5, 2-5, One Slick Mofo, Snooey and Tabbed. Wowee. Now, those boys there, I tell you what, they're ones to watch for throughout the race. But I dare say they'd be a little bit red-faced, Housey, I reckon.
I should think so too, yeah. Not the best performance by those guys, unfortunately, in that session.
Exactly right.
I knew this was coming, to be honest with you.
I'll leave it with you for 1 second, Housey. I'll be back in 1 sec.
Oh, good, yeah. Not because these boys can't drive, obviously. That's not a statement there saying that I knew that it would be like this. But this track seems to be one of the tracks in this latest version of the game that's really catching a lot of people out these days, especially the curbs on turn 3 and the curbs on turn 19, turn 20. And I think that's pretty much where we've lost most of these guys that we have lost, so it's throwing up some trouble for these guys. So this will be the Q2 session that we're about to jump into. Obviously, tyres that they set the fastest lap on in this session will be the tyres that they start the race on. So you might see some different strategies going on here. We also might see some of that good old sandbagging.
Well, yeah.
Before the line.
Sorry there, Housey, but guess who's just joined the chat? Yeah, the boys. There he is there, Mr. Suicide 5, and it said on his screen that he was safe. So he backed out of that last lap and he was just cruising around. Well, there you go. So,
Never trust the screen.
Never trust it, mate. You should know better there, Suicide 5. You know how brilliantly this game is structured, and never ever trust it. Just almost as like going, oh, you know what? I boxed because Jeff told me to. I'm only joking. I'm only joking, S5. We love you, mate. But yes, we've got Tabbed out there as well. Tabbed couldn't even make it out of the first sector without crashing, is what he's saying in the chat. So currently, Mr. Fury Strat.
Turn 3.
First, yeah, exactly. First one out on track is Mr. Fury Strat. Loves a bit of airtime, does this lad. And we're going to give it to him, of course. That is Team Hello Kitty. And I reckon Suicide 5 saying Jeff is always right. Well, I mean, that just speaks volumes, doesn't it, Housey? I mean, that lad saying Jeff's always right. I mean, wow. Just wow. No, we're only joking there, S5. Of course, mate. The race is long. Anything can happen. As Mad G says, then he says left. Exactly right there, Mad G. But we've got Fury, as I did touch on. Hello Kitty livery, that one is there, of course. And, well, I'll tell you what. Just from feedback that you get, just from the feedback that we get from a lot of the lads, and just even from people who are even a part of the server, everyone reckons that, well, I mean, no bias here, I love them all. But yes, that livery there has been, well, I wouldn't say voted, because we haven't done an official vote, but, well, the general consensus is that is the most fetching one under lights, so to speak, and we're going to get to see that here, Housey.
Yep, obviously. Day to night race here, Abu Dhabi, the first race to do so. The light will fade as we go on. Obviously Fury's on his lap. We have also got Chasey Dane. No, not on his lap, he's backed out of it. He's on his out lap. Now Hammer is his teammate on a lap 2 at the moment. I'll keep an eye on him.
As we've got, Well, I mean, 13 CG XMA Jordan 20 saying good luck to the remaining drivers. Yes, indeed, there, Jordan. Yes, yes, yes. Of course, good luck to them all. We're only going to lose another 3 drivers, of course, and well, interesting to see how the field has chosen to attack this particular strategic session. Of course, yes, half the field on the mediums, roughly half the field on the softs. Fury straight out there on the softs, of course. Now let's just see what he does. Of course, yes, give you a bit of history. These lads that are on the softs will tend to sort of back out most likely. Don't quote me on it, but that seems to be the trend over the last few Grand Prix anyway, of course. Yeah, starting on the mediums, probably optimum. But let's just see what Fury does. And, well, no, hang on a minute. There you go. Yes, he does. There you go there, folks. And he's backed well and truly out of it. And Fury sets a 1 minute 38.8. And, well, at the moment, that puts him on top. So Nat Hammer will probably have been lifting and coasting elsewhere. And he will just cross the line, of course. He's gone quicker in a Q1 session. So this is an absolute banker. Chasey Dane will be next. Oh, he's on an outlap, excuse me. Tactical Genius is out there on an outlap as well. Thank you very much, mate.
It's Blue Dog. Followed by his teammate, Old Boy.
Well, so Blue Dog taking no chance. He's thinking, you know what? I might go out and have a crack on the mediums, of course. And, well, let's just see what Blue Dog can do. He's had a couple of drive...
teammate along nicely.
Well, he certainly is there, mate. He certainly is. And I do believe they'll probably be in a team chat together, of course. Yes, the Rockstar boys working very well as a team. If not, arguably, Housey, correct me if I'm wrong here, mate, but arguably the most consistent team, I would say, in the Australian division.
Okay, that's putting it out there. He's putting it out there.
It's putting it out there. It is putting it out there. I mean, it really is. But I wonder if we can fire up the rest of the lads that are listening to this, of course. Yeah. There is a method to the madness there, Housey. But, oh boy, that's who that toe was for. So it's a 1 minute 36.2, Housey, on the medium. So that is all boy going. There you go, boys. Have a crack. So we've got Rip the Beans out there as well. He's on the medium. Also, we've got Tactical Genius further along in the track. Chasey Dane also furthest along on the track on a hot lap. So I do believe Chasey will be next. And we'll quickly flick to Tactical just to see what he can do. Tactical, of course, is on the medium. So he's just looking to have a bit of a go out there on the medium and see what he can do, of course. Let's just see what Chasey Dane is up to. And, well, that red helmet sticks out like a sore thumb up against that sort of dark livery there, Housey. But it looks quite good there. And I dare say Chasey looking to pop during the night time, but there you go. He sets a 1 minute 36.8 for his fast run. We've got Tactical, as I did touch on. Yes, folks, that is the reserve livery. Must stress on that. That is what the reserves do use, of course. And Tactical, well, his first Grand Prix with us sets, massive tank slapper coming out of that last corner, but puts it on top of the timing charts with a 1 minute 36.1.
Okay, so it's Beans, but he's invalidated.
He certainly has.
Those Rockstar boys of Blue Dog and Old Boy, but I believe they'll probably be coming in unless Blue Dog's going again. He might be going for a second lap on these mediums. Just picking up now to see if his split times are any better. Old Boy could possibly be going again, but he's dropped off the back of Blue Dog, so I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think
Blue
so.
Dog, I think we'll... No. Blue Dog nearly put it in the wall.
I love... Housey, I'll tell you what though, mate. Your sound effects, they're almost as good as mine there, brother. I mean, hats off to you. Hats off to you, mate. Of course, yes.
Can't help it.
No, I mean, well, I reckon it's probably on the lowdown compared to what mine was. Hey, trying to mimic the Formula 1 car noises on stream many moons ago, of course. Housey was there, had a bit of a laugh. Never let me live it down, folks. And, well, here we are. So 1 minute 36.6 for Mr. Bradtay. P3, as we'll flick back down to Smakinda because he's on a hot lap. Yes, he's on the medium. Now, interesting to note, Housey, all of the lads have gone for the medium except for the one who has obviously set his time on the soft, and that is Mr. Chasey Dane. But yes, Smakinda with a 1 minute 35.9, Housey. That is great stuff. We've got Nat Hammer out there on an outlap.
Okay, Beans.
Thank you, mate.
Going to be Beans just coming under the hotel. Team Jaguar yet to set a time.
Well, there you go.
Teammate of Smakinda's top of the tree at the moment.
Exactly right. And I thought they were giving us a camera with an empty track, but then Beans comes whistling by and sets a 1 minute 35.945. Have a look at the Jag boys, mate. Have they turned up today? And that is great to see. Bopton, here he is now. And one of the Kiwis of the bunch sets a 1 minute 37.1. That is P7 for now, mate. We'll flick down to the Stig, yes.
Across the line.
There he is there, mate, and it's a 137.066 P7 for now. And I do believe Macedonian is out there on a bit of a push lap. Yes, it's his first one. And on the medium, of course. Let's just see what Macedonian can do.
Oh. More sound effects for you. Brad nearly lost it.
Absolutely brilliant stuff for you, Housey. But Macedonians, it's a 1 minute 37.1. That is P8 at the moment. We've got Nat Hammer about to start his lap. Now, he's one to watch. He is a pot one driver. As we'll flick back up to Brad Tay. Oh, ever so slightly.
Time, but stayed P5, yeah.
Ever so slightly there, Housey. So also Fury Strat on the cusp. He's got a, well, there he is there, of course. He did set that time on his soft compound. It was a bit of a banker lap. And, well, let's just see what Mr. Fury can do, of course. Just starting his lap right about now. Also got Darkness Abyss, just made an appearance on track. He's just on his out lap, of course. So Nat Hammer, well, that was a sort of a banker. There you go, almost 7/10 up on his previous best first sector time. I dare say he should absolutely smash that time. Looking forward to seeing him. I would say the top 5 would be where Nat Hammer should be. Excuse me, roughly positioned for the start of, well, for the end of Q2, I would say. Let's just see what Nat Hammer, how he gets along, of course. We've got the Stig out there as well. I wonder if the Stig's going again. He most certainly is, Housey.
Yeah, he is.
And he's around that last corner now. Let's just see if he improves. It's very close. It's a 1 minute 36.8. That keeps him in P7 as we'll flick down to Bopton. Bopton enters the pit lane. Darkness Abyss on an outlap, as I did touch on. But Rip the Beans has invalidated. Unfortunately, he will go back into the pit lane. But I dare say he's quite safe with a kind of time like that. As Nat Hammer, it looks like he's backed well and truly out of it. He is invalidated. So chewing through his meds is what Nat is doing. This is not what he would like to be doing, to be fair, of course. Yes, you don't want to chew too much tyre life out of those tyres. Well, the more you can keep in your back pocket, folks, the better you will be for the race. And that is, well, I mean, that goes without saying. There's pretty obvious comments there by myself. Darkness Abyss is about to get his lap underway, Housey. Prepped his car quite nicely on those mediums. And, well, there he goes. Gets himself underway. You did say Fury, and there he is.
Fury, yep. He's just about to set another lap time. Currently P10. Does he improve? He does. Goes up to P5 with 36.4.
As Brad Tay has putting that in the pit lane. Macedonian, same deal, putting it in the pit lane. We've got the Stig out there as well. He's really slow compared to his previous best, so it will be Nat Hammer that's virtually got the track to himself there, folks. So I reckon Nat would be loving this. Bit of airtime for Mr. Nat Hammer. And yes, that is Monster Energy Racing livery. That is what it looks like, folks. And well, get on board, of course. Nat Hammer, yes, he's out of position at the moment. That is a not representative time from this lad. Let's just see what he can do. He's, well, this mammoth, well, the second part of the mammoth back straight that is here at Abu Dhabi at the Yas Marina, as Kyotonic has Kyotonic has just entered the chat. And I mean, Kyotonic, I mean, that word is almost as good as your tech skills. Yeah. I do know Kyotonic. He loves his good tech. He's a bit of a tech head, is Kyo. And, well, he did a Carlos Sainz and sent it into the wall. And, well, that is unfortunate from you, Kyo. But, yes, as we did touch on with many of other drivers, yes, the race is long, mate. And, well, the saying of the year, Grand Prix racing, anything can happen, and usually does. And here comes Mr. Nat Hammer with a 1 minute 36.7. That is P7 for now there, Housey. Darkness Abyss is still out there and yet to set a time, my friend. And let's just see what he's doing. He wants to keep this nice and clean, keep it within track limits. Of course, well, he's going to go again, mate. He's not used his ERS. He's turned it on right now. So let's just see. We've got, well, I've just been sent a message from Mr. Blue Dog himself. And I reckon, well, he needs an upgrade. Yes, Blue Dog's wheel is playing up, and, well, he's blaming it on the wheel, and rightly so. Every Blue Dog knows he's in desperate need of an upgrade, but he's persevering, and we'll give him his props due to his perseverance. Of course, yes, it must be frustrating for the lad, but Darkness Abyss out on track on that back straight, Housey, and well. Got to do better than Macedonian's time of a 1 minute 37.149. As I do say that, Macedonian has just hit the track for a second appearance in this Q2 session. Knowing that he's right on the cusp, knowing that Darkness did set a really good first a Q1 time. As Bozza is in the chat. Yes, that is one of the full-time drivers that unfortunately could not make it due to family commitments. And yes, Darkness Abyss, if we're to believe that, their house, he's nearly 4 seconds up on his previous best time, and why wouldn't we? So Nat Hammer, I reckon he's going again, but we're going to focus on Darkness because I reckon this lad is the one that can change the running order, as I do believe that was Nat getting well and truly out of the way. We do appreciate that, Nat. That is very sportsmanlike by you, my friend. And Bozza cheering on his teammates. Yes, Bozza is a golf racing driver, and 2.5 binned it, mate. 2.5 absolutely binned it, unfortunately, and while he was out in Q1, we lost, well, how many drivers did we lose in that Q1 session there, Housey? Quite a few, because we're only looking to lose another 3. Seven. So, there you go. Darkness Abyss with a 1 minute 36.1 puts it P3, Housey.
Jag. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
The Jags.
Absolutely. Wow.
They mean business today.
They certainly do. They certainly do. And I tell you what, it is great to see these boys fired up. Finally fired up. And
they need it. They most need a good result.
They
Currently
do.
Sat P4 in the Constructors' Championship on 302 points. Almost 100 points away from Monster Racing, to be fair, with 409. So they've got a big gap to catch up. So if they could finish the race 1, 2, 3, that should do their championship a hell of a lot of good.
I've got that's a slow-moving Jag. That will be Darkness. I do apologise. I just seen a slow-moving Jag, and I've seen Rip the Beans retire in the pit lane, and I thought, please don't tell me as we pump him up, he's just binned it. But no, he hasn't. He's quite safe in the pit lane as we are watching the stick here, Housey. And, yeah, well, I mean, virtually 3/4 of the track. Excuse me?
Got the softs fitted.
Yes, he certainly does. He certainly does. So Macedonian is out there as well on his mediums. So it really is only these two that can make a difference. And at the moment, as it stands, the Stig is safe. So Macedonian would need to get on an absolute cracking lap. Oh, he has got to beat his previous best time.
He's not. I'm on board with him now.
Well, there you go. So he's thinking... He might be thinking free tyre choice, mate. He might be thinking free tyre choice. Let's just see what the Stig can do. Of course, wonder if his engineer will be telling him what's going on. And well, interesting to see if he continues on with this lap. We have gotten down to 0 minutes and 0 seconds, as you can see there on the screen, folks. The time is up, and it is up to the Stig if he wants to make sure he's safe. He just needs to set a better lap time than what he's done previous. But no, he's well aware. That is Crazy Kiwi doing his thing in the chat. And, well, Crazy Kiwi so much wants to be a part of it. He's doing his thing anyway as a part of it in the chat. And this is Q2. Fantastic stuff. Yes, Macedonian is not going to improve, and that is it. We have our dropout zone, and Macedonian, I reckon he's done that. Do you reckon he's done that for a free tyre choice? Best of the rest, P11.
He must have done. He must have fancied doing a different strap there, to be fair, because obviously he has got the pace to be inside that top 10.
He certainly does.
You know, when he sat on the cusp there, 11th, to be honest with you, I mean, I would probably have done the same thing. Sat in 11th if I knew I was staying 11th, because Bopton and Blue Dog weren't out there. I think I'd have probably done the same there and gone for the free tyre choice, to be honest.
Well, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Did you see that? Well, well, I'm not too sure if that was whatever that was. We'll just call that whatever that was. But there you go. Rip the Beans on top. We'll just call it whatever that was. But yes, at the moment, Rip the Beans on top. Smakinda P2, Darkness Abyss. Those three Jaguar boys all fired up. Tactical Genius on his debut. P4 in the reserve livery. That is fantastic to see. We've got TCF Old Boy P5. Fury in P6. Brad Tay P P7. Nat Hammer just makes it. Well, he's kind of just makes it by 2/10. Chasey Dane into a Q3. Woohoo! He'll be happy with that one. And the Stig rounds out our top 10. We have just lost Macedonian, Bopton, and unfortunately Blue Dog due to a temperamental wheel, folks. So, yes, Q3 loading up. Buckle yourselves in because this is when the boys go, you know what? This is what I've truly got. Usually in the second run of Q3, Housey. But they usually get out there, set a bit of a flyer, and... well, there's a stage there. Mr. Fury Strat has changed. He's changed his name to actually Mr. Fury Strat instead of Racing Life 3, which what he was formerly known. And, there he is there. Didn't know Lewis Hamilton was racing, with a couple of laughing faces and all tongue-in-cheek from Mr. Fury Strat, of course. Yes, doing his thing on and off stream does the Fury Man, as we have got movement, and that might be, well, I don't know who it is because it won't let me select, but it might be Nat Hammer. It certainly is Nat Hammer, and he wants some airtime in this Q3 session. So, Nat Hammer, take it away, son.
Chasey's just left the session, but I'm sure... Has he got multiple invites?
Chasey needs another invite. He should have.
No, there you go. No, do you want me to do it?
That's all right. I can do it. It takes me 2 seconds, man. It takes me 2 seconds. It's Q3, only at the start of it, so we're not going to lose too much out of it, of course. Where is Chasey? There he is. There. Inviting him, and I'll give him another one just in case. I mean, we'll have to give him stick a bit later on. He's probably in the house out the back there, Housey, as you're well and truly aware of. But, yes, Chasey doing his thing. 2 invites sent your way, Chasey. Thank you, Kyotonic, for keeping us... no, he's not on PS5, I don't think. He's on PS4 there, mate. But there you go. So your multiple invites only count as one use. Well, I mean, you'll still get multiples there, Kyotonic, because not everyone has the luxury of having a PS5 in this lovely country we call Australia, because, stocks are limited.
That's just across the world, is it not?
Yeah, well, I mean, we're rolling with the punches here, Housey. And, yeah, of course, everyone wants one. No one can get one. And, well, if you do get one, you'll have to settle for one of them crappy digital ones. I'm only joking, folks. I am only joking. We don't want no hate mail here. But, yes, Nat Hammer out there on his outlap. And he's going to get us underway, of course. Well, he just made Q2. And, Nat Hammer doing his thing. Oh, there you go. Chasey's got to reset his internet. Quickly do that, Chasey. Get your butt back into the Q3. And, there's still plenty of time. Q3's only just started, my friend. So get it done straight away. And, hang on a minute, Macedonian. You've got to retire once you cross the pit line the pit lane limit line, yeah? The entrance to the pit lane line. And then you can retire, mate. Because if you do it prior to... the game will throw you back out on track. Come on, Macedonian. You're not a beginner. You should know this. As we watch Nat Hammer on track. Yes, the first one out there. And let's just see what he can do. That long back straight. Such a great... Well, if you're in front in the race, I mean, it's such a I was going to say strategic part of the lap, of course, there, Housey, because if you're fighting for P1 or any position really, you'd want to be the car behind on the penultimate lap, so to speak. Get that good brush past, and away you go and take your position. If not the penultimate, definitely the last lap, and get that job done. Yes, Nat Hammer's fuel light is screaming, so he must be running on the sniff of an oily rag, is the lad. And let's just see what he can do. Of course, this should be very competitive. It looks quite neat and tidy from Mr. Nat Hammer. Yes, he has turned up in the Q3, and here he comes. Well, there you go. Oh, a bit squirmish coming out of that second last corner. Let's just see what he can do. Keep the black wheels pointing straight, and sets a 1:36.3, mate.
Fury's next. Just exit in the last corner now.
Thank you.
I could take you over the line if need be. Then it's going to be Darkness. So Fury sets a 35.794. Back to Darkness. He's going to cross the line. Team Jaguar, a good session in Q2. Does a 36.3. P3.
It is Tactical who is next. He certainly is. It's a 35.8. P2 from that lad. Great stuff by him. As Rip the Beans, is it? No, yeah, he's invalidated unfortunately. Yeah. So we'll flick down to Old Boy, yep. And then Old Boy and Brad Tay doing the excuse me, the teamwork thing. And,
The Rockstar toe.
yeah, the Rockstar toe. As Old Boy sets a 1 minute 35.9. Brad Tay, well, he'll go again. Definitely go again. Because that's a 1 minute 40 dead.
Boy.
We'll go to the Stig, and Stig is next. Yes, he is a Team Jaguar. Unfortunately, it is a livery glitch. He has got the right livery on, folks. He has proven it. He did send a screenshot and sent it to me, and we do applaud the lad. Great stuff by the Stig. And, well, interesting to know, I've spent a previous season with the Stig elsewhere, of course, and I'm loving his progress. He's done really well on this game, and credit where credit is absolutely due. And yeah, he's hitting his straps quite nicely. Smakinda will be next there, mate, and he is the Pot 1 Team Jaguar driver. And let's just see what Smakinda can do. Engineered insanity, and well, let's not talk about that. As Smakinda very close to track limits and coming around that last corner. This looks pretty good, Housie. Ooh, a 35.1. It was nearly a 34, and that is Smakinda doing a bit of a flex. We've got Rip the Beans out there on track. We've got a lot of action in the pit lane. I dare say boys are going to start to go into the pit lane, prep for their second runs. But yes, it is Rip the Beans, yet to set a time, and while he just hangs on to that track limits, that is a shocking camera angle, folks. But yes, we will push past that as the Stig, Rip the Beans, nice and tidy, very bolted back end, comes around that last corner, sets a 1 minute 35.3 as Smakinda's out. Smakinda is out. No, let's go to tactical.
That was the sound effects.
Smakinda is out. Oh, he said a 1 minute 35.1, but he is out. We're coming up to him now with Tactical Genius. And where is he? Where is he? There he is there. So he's just lit up the rears and whack into that wall. Yep. And Smakinda is done for.
He is indeed. Sorry, I was just looking back for some information.
Excuse me.
The Stig, who he was talking about there, yep, certainly going great guns in Pot 4. He's held the lead of Pot 4 the whole season, unchallenged so far, to be honest. So, as you say, pretty consistent from the Stig.
Yeah, exactly right.
As we've got this little lull. We've got our usual lull. Who else is on the track?
Now I've just realised who Samo is. That's Samo. That is Smakinda. And that is him not happy with his efforts on top of the timing charts. And around he went. And, well, let's just see how the rest of this session plays out, of course. Got Tactical Genius. I don't know if... No, he's going to be putting that in the pit lane, I dare say. I think we were on... Darkness Abyss is on his outlap. We've also got, who else was out there? Brad Tay, excuse me, folks. I'll just find my bearings. And yes, there is Brad Tay on. I reckon he's on another bit of a push lap.
Pushing. Looks like he's pushing. Certainly coming into those turns there, he looked like he was pushing.
So let's just see what he can do. Well, I don't think it's going to be there. No, he might be going in the pit lane. There he is there. Bit of a funny bugger there from Mr. Brad Tay. And yes, there is only one car out on track. That is Mr. Darkness Abyss. And there he is there, folks. He's got the whole track to himself there, Housie. So, more airtime coming Darkness's way. And, well, there you go. Kyotonic is there. I'm on 4G internet has died. Oh, so Chasey Dane is hotspotting off his phone. And, well, the commitment of the lad. And, well, he's yell out if you need another invite, Chasey. I'll flick you one straight away. There is 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in this session. Still enough time. And has he just made his appearance? No, there's a black dot there. But that is, I'm not too sure who that is. We'll wait to see. That is Nat Hammer. His teammate. So, there you go. Chasey Dane and Kyotonic are teammates, folks. They are communicating via the stream chat, which is absolutely brilliant. And just remember your strat.
Starting his lap.
He certainly is, Housie.
Darkness Abyss just starting his lap. As soon as we're riding on board, we can go. Nobody else really on a lap at the moment, so Darkness just exited turn 3 into turn 4, down into the left-hander of turn 5, sharp right into 6, and down here into the left-hander of turn 7. I want to get a nice clean exit, as this is the main straight. Get that DRS open. Obviously, anytime you lose on the exit of turn 7, you're going to cost you all the way down this straight. And this straight, as Skates mentioned several times already, just seems to go on forever. We're going to hit the braking zone here, about 100-metre board into the left-hander of turn 8. Tricky two corners here, 8 and 9 with the curbs. Definitely unsettles the car. Second DRS zone here now on the back straight out of turn 10. Ramping down into turn 11. Again, heavy on the brakes. Knock it back from 8th to 2nd. Nice little flick here through 12 and 13. Into 14. Sector 3 now. Don't want to make a mistake here. Towards the hotel. That's 15, 16. Turns 17 here. Left-hander of turn 18 under the hotel. Under the walkway. Into 19. A little bit wide there. Up into 20 then. Little dab of brakes. Tip it in. Get on the power as quick as you dare. Short fire into 21 here. Out of the 21 and across the line. Darkness improves, but only by 1 position with a 136.134 puts in P7.
There you go. So Nat Hammer will be next. At his first sector split there, Housey, he was 66 thousandths up on his previous best. So very much level pegging, although pretty much sector 1 here is just a couple of, well, it's really one corner and a straight. And, well, there is a very slow-moving Jaguar lad.
Darkness.
And, yeah, there you go. So Darkness doing the teammate thing.
Lost it, turn 3.
Or could be a strategic.
No, he lost it, turn 3.
Well, there you go. I was going to say, because he's got Rip the Beans behind him, and he's going to get a great toe
No, he lost it.
on that back straight. I'm trying to give the lad credit, and you're just like, no, he's lost it. He's lost it. No, he's lost it.
He's lost it.
He's lost it.
Luckily, it was on it wasn't on the fast lap, so it's okay.
Love your work there, Housey. As Nat in the 3rd sector, yes, the most technical sector. This downhill braking does catch a lot of people out. People tend to brake a little bit too late, run a bit wide, but Nat Hammer has done that absolutely perfectly, kissing and brushing up against Apex. Oh, he's missed that one. He's gone a bit deep. It's cost him a bit of time. He will be kicking himself, and there you go. He's just invalidated that second last corner, and I was just wondering to see if this track map is going to be red for the next run, because if so, that is his run done. No, it's not. He was 9 tenths up. He said a 1 minute 35. Oh, probably good enough for P2 at the moment. Beans is out there, as you did touch on. He's on another run. The Stig is there as well. He's about to start his flying lap. Yes, that is that grey dot. It is meant to be a green dot. It is not the Stig's fault. It is the game's fault. It is a livery glitch. I've got to keep touching on that just in case the powers to be, if not the stewards, jump in the stream and have a bit of a squiz and say, hang on a minute, that's not a colour I recognise. There you go. That is the explanation. And Rip the Beans coming around that last corner now, Housey. Sets a 1 minute. Is it 35-0? That is so bloody close. We've got Rockstar out there, and that might be Brad Tay. It certainly is Brad Tay. Let's just see what he can do. A 35.5.
It is. Fury next. Also up 4 tenths up on his time. So Fury's going to improve as well. He does so. P3, 135.409.
Chasey Dane, there he is. There he's making an appearance, and here's his one and only flyer. Sets a 36.1. That is P8 for Mr. Chasey Dane. Nat Hammer will be, no, it is not. It'll be Tactical Genius. He's invalidated, so we'll flick back down to Mr. Nat Hammer. Yeah, definitely. Nat
Hammer's down. He's down. He's sort of 2.5 tenths down on his time, so I don't think he's going to improve. The Stig will be the next along after. I don't think he's going to improve.
Oh, he is. He certainly is. Oh, yes, he is. It's a 36-0. And that is P7. That is up by one.
Last sector.
There you go. And Stig up by nearly 1.5 tenths there, Housey. So Stig doing a fantastic job. He needs to get a bit more than that up his sleeve, of course. He's nearly 4 tenths away from Chasey Dane. But let's just see what the Stig can do. He crosses the line. He sets a 35.8. That is P6. Great lap from the Stig. And that is Q3 done, folks.
Done. Yeah, so Jaguars 1 and 2. If they can get Smakinda's car rebuilt, that is.
Yeah, exactly right, of course, yes. Smakinda would be kicking himself. He was on top there for quite a while and then unfortunately put it in the wall. But nevertheless, his teammate, Rip the Beans, has picked up the slack and he's put himself on pole. All Jaguar front row. Second row is Hello Kitty and Rockstar. That is Fury and Bradtay. We've got the third row, Tactical Genius as a reserve with the Stig, Team Jaguar. Fourth row will be TCF Old Boy, Team Rockstar with Nat Hammer. Hammer, Monster Energy Racing. And the fifth row there will be Darkness Abyss, Team Jaguar, and Chasey Dane, Monster Energy Racing.
So, yep, there we go. Our qualifying's complete. I have to give a shout out to Tactical Genius, our reserve driver, one of our reserve drivers up there in P5. So great performance from him.
Definitely.
On his debut here. Going great guns. So we'll just remind you quickly of last week's results. So last week's results, the podium was Smakinda, Nodsty and Fury in that order. Pole position was One Slick last week, fastest lap in the race, Johnny M4, and driver of the day was Suicide 5.
He certainly was driver of the day, and come from a monumental way back to get a solid P7, did the lad. And well, I dare say he'd be looking to replicate that sort of those sort of antics here, mate, because of well out of position. He's
going to need to.
Oh, he's going to need to. Yeah, absolutely. Is he going to need to?
Him and his mates, all of them need to. You know, I mean, we've lost some big names there.
We certainly have.
So this should be an interesting race from the back for sure.
We wait for this.
A couple of stats for you.
Yes, Statman 2. Hang on a minute, folks. I apologise, Mr. Housey. He is known amongst the inner circle as the Statman 2.0, of course. Yes, that was discovered many, many months ago. He loves a good stat, does Housey, and I dare say he's going to thrill you with the best of them. Take it away, Housey.
Well, we've got a few as these boys just get away on their formation lap. So, just in terms of this championship. We're not going to bore you with the track stats and things like that, but in terms of this championship, Nodsty and Snooey are the only two drivers to have stayed in the same position or move up every week in the Drivers' Championship. So they've never gone backwards. They've always either stayed the same position each week or gone forward.
Did you say Nodsty or Snooey?
Nodsty and Snooey are the only two guys to have stayed. Yeah, Snooey obviously joined us a bit late, so he hasn't done as many races.
Yeah, that's right.
But it's still there. It's still there as a statistic. So
Very true.
I'll give him his due.
Very true.
The following drivers are all on a run of staying in the same position or moving up. So Blue Dog's on a 7-week streak, S5's on a 7-week streak, Johnny M4 on a 6-week streak, Chasey Danes, Smakinda, Fury, and Bopton all on a 4-week run. Best finishes last week for Smakinda in Russia. That was obviously P1. That was his best finish with us. Nodsty, Nat Hammer, and Fury are the only three to see the flag at every single race so far. So props to those boys.
There you go.
Props to those boys.
Housey, yes. I hope and pray with all these stats that you're just starting to reel off regarding race results and everything. I've got my legs, my fingers, and everything else crossed because we know what it's like being in the box and starting to praise these guys.
Yeah, well, I was going to stay away from praising too many people during the race, but I mean, this is the outlap.
Well,
so
there you go. Yeah, you're
fine.
You're right.
So it's all good. So do you want to run us through our running order quick skate before we get to the line?
Well, as you were talking, we're flicking through. I'm up to P10. Chasey Dane, there he is there. I'm not going to go through them all because they're coming very close to the start-finish line. But Chasey Dane back in the session. P10, great result from him. Yes, he's the first he's the only one in the top 10 to start on the softs, of course. And we've got Macedonian. Did opt for the medium for the free tyre choice. So did the bulk of the rest of them from P11 and down. So Macedonian, there he is there, P11. Bopton in P12. Gone the mediums, of course. Blue Dog, there he is there. And let's hope his wheel can, persevere through the next hour, of course. We've got Nodsty well and truly out of position. Kyotonic, there he is there, Mr. Kyotonic, Monster Energy Racing, P15. There you got Suicide 5. He's opted to start this one on the soft, so he's the first out of the bottom 10 to be on the soft compound tyre. Of course, free tyre choice for that lot. 2.5, his cousin in P17. One Slick Mofos, we did touch on. Snooey there in P19, and Tabbed rounds out our grid.
Yep, so as usual, I will keep an eye on the back of the grid.
So we've got 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. We will wait for some revs, folks. We will wait. There is some revs building, and we are go here at Abu Dhabi. Yas Marina, great start by Rip the Beans and Smakinda. So far, so good from everyone. They're 2-3 wide going into turn 1. Fantastic. All go through unscathed. That is brilliant stuff by the lot of them.
Blue Dog's lost his front wing in turn 1.
Well, there you go, and we've got a yellow wave. Got yellow wave flags in Sector 1 and Sector 2, and I do assume that is for Blue Dog. Hang on a minute, this timing tree's gone all kaput. What's going on with Smakinda?
Snooey and tabbed.
Smakinda has lost his front nose, and we have a safety car. Oh, there you go. So Snooey.
So Snooey.
No, excuse me, not
Smakinda. I think all getting involved there.
Snooey tabbed. Together. And Smakinda, all of them with no noses.
I think that was.
And well, there you go.
Exit of turn 2.
Wow, what has happened there?
Nose as well, but that was a separate incident.
What has happened there? So let's just have a quick look while we're under safety car conditions. Let's have a look at this replay here.
I think it was exit of turn 2. I think it's the exit of turn 2. I don't think they got as far as turn 3.
So there you go. There's the start finish. And so far, they all look good. Smakinda tucked in behind and missed what happened there. And that is probably the end of the replay. There you go. Mr. Fury Strat going around the outside. And there you go. Just caught the end of it as the great man, Mr. Sandeezy, is in the chat. How are you, my friend? And yes, he just, reiterates that Smakinda lost it on his own. He most certainly did. Just caught the end of that at the end of that replay, folks. And that is unfortunate from Mr. Smakinda, of course. Well, the safety car is going to save them big time here, Housey. They will be able to sort of almost a hard reset, join the back of the field and make their way through if they possibly can. Rip the beans. Great start from him. Wild a start by Beansy.
Snooey might actually luck out here. Obviously, he lost his nose in that incident, I think, with tabs. But Snooey started on the soft, so he can maybe with the safety car have a decent tyre strat here, because he could probably do a medium now. So might play back into his hands later on in the race, Snooey.
It might. I mean, at the end of the day, lap 2 of 28. We're doing, mid 1 minute 30s around here. There is plenty of time in this one to go under the bridge, of course, or water under the bridge, so to speak. And, there you go. Under safety car conditions, those 3 lads that we did touch on, even 4 Blue Dog, they're all in the pit lane, getting their cars all repaired, and they will join the back of the field, of course. And, let's just flick through.
Snooey's going to drop to the back, though, because Snooey's having to double stack behind Blue Dog, unfortunately. That's who he's sharing a pit box with this week. So, good job it is safety car for Snooey. Snooey does put on the mediums, Smakinda puts on the softs, Tabs puts back on the softs, Blue Dog puts on the mediums. So those 4, we just need to wait to catch the back of the pack now. They are quite a little way behind.
Let's just have a revisit to this starting sequence because they all looked great off the line there, Housey. I'm just going to quickly flick on the stream to the replay and we'll just talk your way through this, folks. Yes, they all looked to get away very, very well, they did. And, there you go. Smakinda tucks in behind, but if you just wait till the end, gets a bit squirmish on exit. And there you go. Fury around the outside and Smakinda spins it. And that is what happened to him, unfortunately. So, there you go. Replays do come in handy, folks, if you can time them. If you can time them bloody right, which has been my nemesis for the past few. But anyway, we'll push on as Blue Dog, there he is there, trying to catch the back of the field. They're not too far off the back, so not looking too bad at all.
We'll be doing one more.
Yeah,
we'll be doing one more.
100%, mate. So rip the beans, quite comfortable. Had a great start, did Beansy, and looking for a great result, this lad. And, let's just hope he can put it all together. He bloody deserves to. And at the moment, sitting in P1 where he started, Fury Strat. Well, he's looking to antagonise Mr. Beans, is what Fury is. And, there he is there, P2, Team Hello Kitty. Rockstar Racing, P3, Mr. Brad Tay. I wonder if he's got his assist off because a couple of weeks ago he did attempt it and didn't qualify too well, folks. But then during race he must have flicked them all back on. He did send me a sneaky message and explain himself, of course, which is quite all right, folks. Quite all right. We applaud progress, and that's what the name of the game is all about. None of us here are esports, so we don't. You can run whatever assists you like. We've got Tactical Genius. There he is there, P4. Great stuff from that lad. Let's just quickly go to position changes there, Housey. And there you go. So the top, there you go. Except for Beans, obviously it started P1. You've got the next 5 drivers, Fury, Brad Tate, Tactical, The Stig, and Old Boy, all up 1 due to Smakinda losing it on his own. There is the Stig there, and he is Team Jaguar. That is a livery glitch, folks. We do apologise for that. Out of our control, of course. We've got TCF Old Boy. Well, he's finally up there for a change at the start of a Grand Prix. And, it is great to see Old Boy. Maybe this might be the start of the return of the Banana Bender is TCF Old Boy. And we've got Darkness Abyss in P7 as I'll get rid of the position changes for you folks. There's no penalty, so might as well leave him on tyres. And there is Mr. Darkness Abyss. Nat Hammer just doing his thing. P8, where he started from. Macedonian, interesting to note, up 2 positions. He did start P11, and Chasey Dane down 1. Bopton from 12th into 10th. So it's a great start from the... the golf racing lad, excuse me, Bopton and Mofo, the 2 golf racing lads on the circuit at the moment. Yes, we are missing Bozza and we are missing Johnny M4. Unfortunately, just due to prior commitments, could not make it tonight. Chasey Dane, a solid P11, obviously still laps under the safety car. The safety car will be in this lap. We will flick back up to the front very shortly, folks, as, there he is, Mr. Beans, Rip the Beans, excuse me, giving himself some space from that safety car, as we'll flick back down to Fury, and there is Fury there. There is Beans, and that is the safety car in the distance, and this is where we'll stay for the restart, folks. We will not give Fury or anyone there behind him any inkling on when Beans is about to go. It'll only be fair. It is not fair to sit on the leader. And that's my firm belief, and that's what I tend to do. Each to their own, whoever does streaming and whatever and whatnot. But yes, that is how we do it here. And yes, here he goes. So, Beans is gone. Beans is absolutely gone. He almost caught Fury napping there. And, there you go, 7/10 of a second. And Beans, what a great restart. So far, so good. We've got Tactical Genius having a bit of a look on Brad Tay, and the Stig having a bit of a look. TCF Old Boy, and there you go. Who is that? That is Darkness Abyss.
Bopton.
Darkness Abyss getting...
Bopton's around.
Oh, there you go. Bopton is around, but Darkness Abyss is getting harassed by Nat Hammer. And Nat Hammer is under the pump from Macedonian. Macedonian, is he going to send it? No, he's not. He thinks better of it and tucks right in. Great stuff from these boys. These boys are near and thereabouts. Macedonian's going to send it on the inside. Nat Hammer, very respectful, and gives him the space, and that moves Macedonian up into P8. There will be no DRS available for the first 3 laps after safety car conditions, folks. And, that's just the way it is. They are the rules, as the Stig on Tactical Genius. Have a look at this. And no, the Tactical Genius holds his line. And TCF Old Boy wants a piece of this as well. Have a look at him put his racing helmet on all of a sudden. And he's going to get a great tow down this back straight, is Old Boy. Let's just see what he can do. He's right behind Tactical Genius. The Stig on his outside. Old Boy on the inside. Is he going to make it stick? He certainly is. Oh, he's overcooked it a little bit. He's overcooked it. And there you go. Tactical sneaks his way back through. And there you go. Stig sneaks his way past as well. And that is great driving by that lot.
Yeah, Stig just watching that one play out and saying thank you very much.
He certainly was.
Takes that place nicely. He does. Good driving there, as you said, by the boys.
Let's just flick down towards the back, mate. We'll go down to where One Slick Mofo is, of course. One Slick Mofo, a bit out of position, of course. And there he is there in P14. Suicide 5 from the back of the field. He's up into P13. Great start by him. And, 2-5 is into P12. Well. Exactly right. They started P16 and P17 and, already up a fistful of places. Of course, yes, the soft runners are going to box a hell of a lot earlier than the medium runners, but we'll flick back down to where Smakinda is. He's tapped onto the back of Kyotonics. And, yes, let's not forget, Smakinda, Tabbed has made his, out of the ones that boxed on lap 1, Tabbed has made the best impression, of course. Yes, he's up into P15 after restarting this one from P17.
So, the leaders on the back straight, just keeping an eye on them. See whether anyone can make any moves. I think top 8 or 9 are too well spread for any moves here.
Well, One Slick Mofo just got by Suicide 5. Tabbed is looking to do the same under braking. He certainly has. And Suicide 5, there you go. Suicide 5 lost a couple of positions there on that back straight, and that's exactly how powerful the slipstream, absolutely powerful that slipstream is, especially here at Abu Dhabi, being a massive, massive back straight. One Slick Mofo being harassed by Tabb. So Tabb doing a good thing.
Gonna be.
Oh, Tabb, excuse me. Old Boy has lost, and all that great work he's done has now dropped him back down into 16th.
Doesn't look like it. No, he's got away with it. He's got away with without any damage or any major damage anyway. I'm not quite sure how, because I've
Whoa, there you go, and Kyotonics has spun. Kyotonics has spun. He's been collected. I'm not too sure who collected him, but there you go, Kyotonics, no front noses. We've got Dementor in the chat, and he's saying, why are all the faster drivers at the back? Because they didn't get through Q1, mate. They spun on Q1 and ended their own qualifying session, unfortunately, to their own detriment, as Kyotonic boxes. Blue Dog will, well, there you go, P17 from that lad. Snooey is having a look at Old Boy. Old Boy did have that spin, as you did touch on, and well, there you go. Old Boy is under the pump now. He was up into 5th place at one point, and now he's all the way back down into 15th. Tab doing his thing. He's hanging on to the back of One Slick Mofo here. Yes, Tabbed and One Slick on, well, there you go, on soft tyres, as One Slick and 2.5 are having a ring-a-ding-ding, and let's just see if he gets by. And One Slick Mofo, I dare say, he's going to get under braking 2.5. 2.5 goes defensive here, Housey, as yes, Tactical Genius did get by Brad Tay, but there you go, 2.5 holding his line. One Slick sends it up the inside, and that is great racing by that lot. 2.5 will have the inside, a bit of a wheel bang, and there you go, 2.5 and One Slick Mofo gets that job done over 2.5. He certainly is. Have a look at these three musketeers.
3 wide.
3 wide down the back, straight into the braking zone. Are they all going to work? It's 3-1. Never usually works, but there you go. Great respect by these lads. 2.5 up into P11, Tab to P12, and One Slick Mofo in 13th place.
Upton dropping down the order towards the back. I'm not sure if he's got any damage. I'll report back to you in a second.
Yeah, not a problem, mate. We are watching Macedonian on Darkness Abyss. Macedonian starting P11. He's up into 7th position. And then his team, Hello Kitty. Mr. Fury Strat doing a phenomenal job in P2, hanging onto the back of that Team Jaguar of Rip the Beans. And let's not forget, Tactical Genius, the debutant, as a reserve, sets the fastest lap of this Grand Prix with a 1 minute 39.4. So fantastic stuff by him. And there you go. So Brad Tay up into 4th place. Well, down into 4th place. The Stig is trying to hunt him, but there is a bit of a gap starting to open up between Brad Tay and the Stig. It is 1.3 seconds. There you go. You can see it there for yourselves, folks.
Go back to Tab 2.5 and One Slick and Suicide 5 going out at Hammer and Tarnia through the first sector. Tab's just got by 2.5. One Slick sniffing around. He's gone for a move up the inside, which he gets done. So it's almost a carbon copy of last lap with these three. Tab's just pulled away though on the back straight. 2.5 got the DRS from Tabs. One Slick, here we go, look at the gain on that. The gain on 2.5 on Tabbed through the DRS. Unbelievably strong.
There you go, and he's got that job done. Up into P10, great stuff, but of course...
3 wide again.
Exactly right. There is another DRS zone, and 2.5 might fall... fall a sour to this one, of course. One Slick Mofo, there it is there. That's how powerful it is, folks. And One Slick Mofo moves himself up into 10th place, and he can start making a dent on this one. Nodsty, we haven't spoken about this lad, but he's just going about his business, none other than how Nodsty does. He's in P9 is the lad, Rockstar Racing, and doing his thing for the team. Macedonian is all over the back of Darkness Abyss here, Housey, and looking to get this job done. Just got to be patient as the lad. Use the track to his advantage, and well, there you go. They've got a slowish moving Stig ahead. They are starting to reel him in ever so quickly, and well, let's just see if they can make inroads on this development. Where is Darkness? There he is. There he's too far back to do anything about it now. The Stig goes wide. Darkness gets a tank slapper, and well, let's put him further back. So there you go. Almost as you were, Housey.
Yep, so 5, putting it in the box, changed tyres, 7 laps on the soft. He believes they're done. He switched to the mediums. He's going to come out in about 18th, 19th place. Tabbed makes a move on 2.5. They're still going at it, these
They still are. But interesting to note, Snooey has now jumped onto the back of this one. And same with Old Boy after recovering that, well, 3/4 spin, you would almost call it. Oh, Chasey's out. Chasey is out. Where is Kyotonics? There is Chasey Dane, and we have got a wave flag in sectors 1 and 2. And Chasey Dane is out. That is unfortunate for Chasey. And, well, very rarely he doesn't finish a Grand Prix, but there you go. He is out. He is out. And, well, Chasey Dane, have a shower, and we'll see you next week, son. We will move to Darkness Abyss. Yeah, there you go, mate. And
he's just moved up to P5. Just got to Stig at the end of that second DRS zone, so he's moved himself up to P5. Team Jaguar. Stig now looking like he's under a bit of pressure from Macedonia, Nat Hammer and Nodsty.
Well, interesting
Could be
to
one to
note.
watch.
They're all coming into it now,
Hopefully
aren't they,
gets
Housey? They are all coming
Yep.
into it now, and well, there you go. Those boys there, a little bit out of position in qualifying, but well, there you go. They're making amends. Nodsty from the very back of the field almost, and in P9 and looking well. He's reeled them in quite quickly, mate. That was a couple of seconds about 2 laps ago. So well, there you go. It just shows the caliber of the man. All of these boys, yeah, well, in actual fact, all of these boys, Macedonian is still all over the back of the stick. This is a battle brewing, as we've got Darkness Abyss saying, well, there you go. He's put it in the pit lane, got rid of that soft and put on a set of mediums. Tabbed an old boy, battle resumed. Tabbed on 6. Oh, Tabb's around. Tabbed is around. How does he keep 4 wheels on that car? I have no idea, but Tabbed is around, and that is him. Well, not done, but that is another front wing for that man, as we'll flick back up to where Nat Hammer is, because Nat Hammer is looking at Macedonian. Macedonian, same with the Stig, and this is the closest battle on track.
Yeah, Macedonia looking for around the outside or a switcheroo here in turns 8 and 9. Got a good run on the exit here. Gonna have DRS on the Stig. Stig holding his line up the inside. It's gonna make him go the long way, but the overspeed of the DRS is no challenge. Macedonia gets their job done. Nat Hammer's looking for a similar move around the outside.
Well, I must say that was perfect car placement from the Stig there, mate. Knew that he wanted...
done what he could.
Well, he knew that Macedonia wanted to go around the outside, held the inside line and protected that position from Nat Hammer. And that is exactly what you've got to do, folks. Of course, yes, well, I mean, all fair and all that sort of stuff, but that is great driving from the Stig.
Yep. One to, I think, keep an eye on this battle. It seems to be the closest on track at the moment. Old Boy and 2-5 getting kind of close, but to Brad that's Beans. Beans is pitted from the lead.
Well, interesting to see what Beans is doing. He's doing a 2-stopper. He's doing a medium, soft. He's just thrown another set of mediums on him as Nodsty will move up into 6th place. So have a look at the running order now. Fury Strat, well, there you go. He's maybe trying to make a 1-stopper work. Quite possibly up in front by 4 seconds over Tactical Genius in P2. Brad Tay, P3, as we did touch on. Macedonian, P4, of course. Nat Hammer, P5. Nodsty, P6. One Slick Mofo from the back, if you don't mind. And Snooey as well. 7th and 8th. TCF Old Boy back in the top 10. Fantastic to see, as we've got 2-5 hanging on to the back of this one.
About to move up. Nodsty about to take Nat Hammer on the DRS. First DRS, and he does so with ease. So Nodsty now up to P5. That is 9 places gained for Nodsty so far. So good job.
He's doing a fantastic job, is the Nodsty, and yeah, well, from the back of the field, but yeah, he certainly is.
Nat Hammer's going to take it back.
There's side by there you go, and that is good respect shown by these two boys. Yes, they are the front runners, usually the front runners of this lot, and they are respecting each other on track, and that is exactly what we like to see here at Formula 4 Racing. Brilliant, brilliant driving by these two. As we'll flick back down to Snooey, because Snooey and Old Boy battle resumed from yesteryear. These two are no strangers to each other, and Snooey's starting to reel in Old Boy, albeit on 2-lap fresher tyres, Housey.
Old Boy just looking like he's starting to struggle a tiny bit. I don't know whether he's just getting a little bit, looking in the mirrors a little bit too much with Snooey being right there, but just not quite the cleanest from Old Boy.
No,
a few little squirrels.
Well, there you go, and he's covered his lines, so Snooey has to tuck back in, and there's a couple of lads in the pit lane. You're going to see the running order change a little bit, of course.
Very tactical.
A very unique pit lane here at Abu Dhabi at the Yas Marina circuit. It goes under the track of turn 1, and you exit there in almost just past turn 2, so to speak. And well, Old Boy holding stations with Snooey, and this by far, apart from Bopton, and Bopton and Fury. Fury's on fresh mediums though, so these boys are opting to do a 2-stopper, folks. Yes, Mr. Fury Strat started on the mediums, and he's put Tabbed is out. Tabbed is out. We've got a safety car, and that
just hit the pit wall. He's hit the pit wall.
Oh, Tabbed.
And he's now half blocking the pit lane and half on the track exit. So, not what Tabbed wants.
Oh, and there you go. Safety car. And hang on a minute. There has been.
So who's just pitted? Beans, Fury, Tactical Genius, the Stig, all pitted on that lap. So see if the safety car helps them boys out.
Well, there you go. You've got Brad Tay, Macedonian, Nodsty, Nat Hammer, One Slick Mofo yet to stop. We've also got 2-5 yet to stop, and Bopton, of course. And
all going to dive in now. So
yeah, they're all going to dive in, mate.
Take the lead back. I think he is going to re-inherit the lead, as he's only pitted the last lap. So let's see them all pile in now. I'm sure they're all going to. Will anyone stay out? No, Brad Tay's in. Macedonia's in. Nodsty stays out, does he? He does.
Yes, he certainly
stays
does.
Out.
Certainly
The
does.
rest of them all in, down to Beans. So Beans is going to move up into net P2. Here we go then. Watch that timing tree. It's going to go absolutely crazy.
Well, I'll tell you what though, mate. If anyone can stretch tyres, it definitely is Nodsty. Do you remember Singapore? There, Housey.
Yep.
Where he made that soft compound at the end of it, run for 12 or 13 laps, did the lad, and we were waiting on those tyres to go bang, but no, they held on, and they held on for dear life. But Rip the Beans is sitting very, very good. Have a look at the lad on a fresh set of mediums, sitting in P2. 2-5 stayed out as well, and he's on 11 lap old mediums as well. We've got Mr. Fury Strat and Tactical Genius on fresh meds. Yes, Darkness Abyss, there he is there, 2 lap old mediums. So, and Brad Tay is looking not to stop again. So he's put the hard compound on. So he's doing the one stopper, whereas the guys in front of him, apart from obviously Nodsty and 2-5, looking to do a 2-stopper.
Yep, obviously interesting to see how this plays out later in the race. We've got 12 laps complete of 28, so we will see. Macedonia on the softs, Nat Hammer out on the softs, Old Boy out on the softs, Bopton out on the softs, and Kyotonic out on the softs at the moment. So they'll be looking for a quick restart. They should be the guys to probably make some positions on the restart, having that softer compound fitted to their car, especially where Macedonia is concerned. Obviously, he's got Brad Tay just in front of him on those hard tyres, so that should be relatively easy for Macedonia, you would have thought. But obviously, Brad Tay playing the long game. So currently, 2 DNFs, Tabs and Chasey Dane are the 2 we've lost, unfortunately, for both of those guys.
Let's just
go. What penalties have we got at the moment?
Flick that for you there, mate. Yeah, so it's only Old Boy and Snooey.
Old Boy 3, Snooey.
So Snooey served his 5 seconds.
Served some, I think.
Yeah, he served his 5 seconds in that pit lane, yeah. So there you go, only 2 at the moment. And we'll flick back to, well, the position changes, folks. Not the up 13.
Brad Tay's pitted again.
Well, there you go. Wonder if he's looking to change his strats. Is there a front wing change? No, there is not. So he's gotten rid of that hards. He's thrown a brand new set of the mediums on, folks, and that is strategic. That is a strategic change. And, well, he will be looking to do another stop after this one because, well, they could get to the end there, Housey. Still another lap or 2 behind the safety car. Boys out there are on 13 lap old mediums, so... I mean, they're making it work. I dare say Brad Tay can make it work, of course. And, well, the mediums will make it to the end from here. Blue Dog has opted for the hard compound. There is Blue Dog there. He's right at the back there. He's trying to catch this train. And, yeah, I think so too.
Finish the race with pedal problems, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Brad Tay done a medium, hard, medium. So he's put back on the medium. So, again, like you said, he's going to try and go to the Nat Hammer, medium, soft, medium. Old Boy, medium, soft, medium. So those 3 boys all electing to do 1 lap on a alternate compound tyre and get back on the mediums.
Exactly right, mate.
Again, we'll see how that plays out.
We go back up to the front and, well, let's just see when these safety car lights do go out. That'll indicate that the safety car is in this lap, folks. I dare say it will be. A bit early for him to turn them off yet. Yeah, they're still flashing. Safety car in this lap, and there it is. And so we're going to stay with Rip the Beans here, of course. We're going to explain ourselves again. Do not go with the leader. It wouldn't be fair to him. So we'll stay with Rip the Beans and see if he can pick when Nodsty absolutely goes, you know what, I'm taking off right now. And yes, Nodsty on 12 lap old meds. I wonder if he's going to be hurting them at the restart there, Housey. Of course, the fresh rubber definitely got some purchase coming out of these corners.
Yeah, well, obviously Beans in a 12 lap old sandwich because 2-5 in third. Also got those 12 lap olds, so Beans, if he can get a good restart, get Nodsty, and 2-5 can hold Fury, Tactical Genius, and Darkness for a little bit, Beans could make a break for it here. Obviously, Nodsty's no slouch, so I'll be looking to go with him, but that tyre wear, you would imagine, is not going to give him the purchase he needs.
No, you would think not, mate. You would think not, but we're going to stay on board with Beans. Nodsty's gone. Nodsty has gone. Beans is around! Beans is around! Oh no! Beans is around! Oh, that's disastrous for the lad. As we'll flick up to 2-5. 2-5 has got the second position now, as well as Fury into third. Fury on the fresh rubber. Have a look at these two boys at the front. Nodsty and 2-5. 13 lap old meds. And, well, they're going to have to try to stretch them out a little bit longer, folks. Probably another 4 or 5 laps, if they possibly can, to get on the softs to make the medium soft work here. We've got Fury and Darkness. Darkness all over the back of Fury. Of course, we've just had a restart, folks. One slick Mofo looking to make a dent, and it's great to see. Come on, Mofo. Let's just see what he can do. There is no DRS available, of course, folks. 3 laps after a restart. So Mofo trying to do his thing. Tucks back in for a bit more of a slipstream, and under braking, is he going to send it? Yes, he most certainly is. Heavier under braking gets that job done, but of course, the next corner becomes the inside for the Stig, and the Stig will inherit his 7th position again.
So Fury right on the back of 2-5. Is he going to have a look? No, he doesn't. Pulls back out of it. He's going to leave it for another time.
Well, there you go. I've just seen Macedonian get by Tactical Genius. Sorry there, Housey. I don't mean to cut you off there, brother. But yes, Tactical ran wide to give Macedonian the room, and well, got himself a 3-second time penalty to boot. And well, that's not what the doctor ordered. Darkness Abyss gets that corner all wrong, and Macedonian looking to pounce. But yes, Macedonian on that fresh soft, and well, they are going to be the sticky, the quickier of the quicker tyre. Oh yeah, the quickier tyre of the two, of course. And well, let's just see if Macedonian can make an inroads with the fresh rubber. Oh, he's going to take a risk. He's going to take a risk. He certainly is. And Darkness, that is great racing. Darkness seen it, gave him the respect that he deserves, and that's what we like to see, boys. That is brilliant, brilliant stuff.
Fury's going to be looking for a move this lap on 2-5. I'm pretty sure of it.
I'll tell you what, though, mate.
He's running now, 3rd and 4th.
Oh, Kyotonic's out. Kyotonic is out. We're coming up to old boy.
3 again.
Where is there? He is there, folks, in the wall. And Kyotonic's race is done. And that is unfortunate for him. But yes, he is out. Nodsty, I tell you what, he's loving the fact that 2-5 is a bit of a buffer, albeit a different teams there, mate, because Nodsty's just been allowed to stretch his legs a little bit. As Fury, and have a look at the train starting to form behind. We've got Fury, Macedonian, Darkness Abyss, Tactical Genius there and thereabouts. Yeah, he certainly is. One slick Mofo getting real racy, and well, he's
pressure now, though.
He certainly is.
Look at this.
This is amazing driving by this lot.
Outside. It's McKinder around the outside. There's a little bit of contact. Oh, this is all going to get very, very messy, very, very quickly between On Slick, Stig, McKinder, Snurry, Tactical Genius.
And what has happened at the front? Macedonian has gotten by 2-5 has dropped a monumental amount of positions. He's down into P5 there, Housey.
There's 40 lap old mediums for you. Unfortunately, that's what's going on there.
As Kyotonics has just entered the chat, as DRS is enabled, he's saying he probably should have added an extra click on the rear stability. Probably could have, should have, would have, as you did say there, Kyo. But there you go. Live to fight another day. We'll see you next week, my friend, as Tactical has just been passed by one slick Mofo. That was a great move by Mofo, and it moves him up into 6th position, Housey.
Yeah, one slick on the charge at the moment now. Certainly. He's got 2-5. Oh, that's a cheeky move, but nice and clean, to be fair. I don't know if 2-5, I'm sure 2-5 see that one coming, but that was...
I don't think he did, but great move because he's got a DRS, and there you go.
Tactical's going to get them both here. Tactical's going to get them both, is he?
Oh, is he?
He had a great drive there. No, he's going to be brave if he sends it. He doesn't. So he gets 2-5.
Hang on a minute. Chasey Dane has just subscribed. Thank you very, very much, Chasey Dane. That is your 2-month streak. So, well, there you go. He subscribed. He reminded us all with a message saying, binned it.
2-5 in trouble. Absolutely in trouble. 2-5. He's gone from P2 to P9
He's
in
been
what
swamped,
space
has
of
he?
2 laps.
Yeah, he's been swamped.
He is. Nodsty now back to P2. Fury's got the lead. So Nodsty lost out to Fury. That's again those 15-lap-old mediums.
I'll tell you what, though,
So how long will they leave it?
Smakinda, after that lap 1 spin, mate, has fought his way back up into P7, and that's a great result by him as 2-5, and Snooey gets by 2-5, and 2-5 down into P10, so Snooey's starting to make his inroads here as well, Housey, and probably in a couple of laps, I'll get you to remind me, if I haven't done so already, to put the Driver of the Day poll out in the Twitch world, and just in case I forget, I've been forgetting a lot lately, but yes, here we go.
Again now, losing a place to Nat Hammer. Got it all wrong at turn 1. What is going on with 2-5?
I think he's hurting, mate. I think he's really, really hurting on those 16-lap-old mediums. And if let's have a look on his onboard. We'll have a look at his back. Yes, definitely. So look at the rear graining starting to happen on that right rear there. And let's have a look at his front. Yeah, his front right's not looking too healthy either, folks. And
he's under pressure from Brad Tay now.
He certainly is. As Rip the Bean sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix with a 1 minute. That was clever. That was like clever as. But there you go. Rip the Beans with a 1 minute 37.892. Fantastic stuff by him. But yes, there you go. 2-5 holding stations at the moment. Brad Tate looking to pounce.
Slowly
he's got him.
Move past the stick.
Brad Tate got him. Oh, there you go. 2-5 has got no rear grip, folks. Those tyres are off the cliff. If they're off the cliff, they're definitely falling their way to the ground because he has got no rear grip. Brad Tate just zoomed past him coming out of that section there, and that is job done. We'll flick back up to where the leaders are, and Smakinda and Tactical Genius having a ring-a-ding-ding battle here, folks. And yes, this is all for 6th and 7th.
In darkness, yeah, just ahead of them. All in the battle here, so 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. All line of stern. Snowy trying to get in the back of it as well now. A good little battle brewing here. Darkness trying to hold off one slick. Who's that that's pitted? Nodsty's finally pitted, 17 laps then. 2-5 also pits at the same time, so those boys that stayed out under that safety car on the mediums both pitting now. See what they're going to put on in a second. Nosty puts on the softs.
As Kyo Tonic has just rated us with a party of 2. Thank you very much, Kyo. Great stuff. And I don't know why that hasn't come up properly. It come up with a bizarre sort of thing. I'll have to fix that one for you, Kyo, a bit later on. This playing funny buggers lately as we'll move back on.
One slick looking for a move around the outside then of darkness. Down the end of the first DRS straight, down into turn 8. He's going to have the inside into turn 9. Could be a little bit of wheel banging. Oh, there might well have been.
There you go, and Darkness not giving it up too easy because Tactical's seen an opportunity, went to take it, but Snooey around the outside takes them both up into 5th position, and that is a great fight back from the Hello Kitty Pot 1 driver. He's up into P5 from the back of the field. That is great to see. Awesome stuff. Tactical lost out a couple of positions there and got swamped, so to speak, as a bollard comes screaming across the track into the wall there. But yes, Tactical doing a great job as we'll flick back down to the Stig, who's just been overtaken by a few. He's hanging on to the back of this lot. Yes, he is on 7-lap old mediums, as you can see. Yes, he has got the oldest set of meds on the grid at the moment. But let's not forget, I do believe the Stig has to stop again. A couple of lads were doing 2-stoppers here, Housey, if you do recall. And there you go. And there's lads in front of him. Look at that, Tactical's in front, Darkness in the pits as well. So there you go. Nat Hammer cleanly into 6th position. So that is where it stands. Brad Tate finds his way back up there, and I think Brad Tate will need to stop again too, Housey, because he's only gone the medium if I can remember.
No, he's gone medium, hard medium.
Oh, there you go. Yes, that's right.
Safety car, didn't he?
That's right. He did too. He did the tactical swap during the safety car, and he's found himself up in a good position, has the lad. Let's just flick back up to Snooey and Smakinda.
Look at that with the Rockstar boys.
Yeah, I know.
7th, 8th, 9th, 10th.
Have a look at the Hello Kitty boys, just starting to come into it as well. 1, 2, and 5. So, well, there you go. 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th ain't too bad either from the Rockstar lads. Doing their thing is what they tend to usually do week in, week out. And yes, there is a couple of links in the chat there, folks. One is the point system on how we give points for the race finishes. The other one is a brief overlook, very brief overlook on the penalty system. So check them out if you like. And also, we have now established a merch store. You don't have to buy anything. It's not. It's just for the drivers if they want to buy a shirt, whatever. It's all there, of course, and for your enjoyment. Get stuck in and support us here at Formula 4 Racing. All the boys on the grid appreciate it. We certainly appreciate it behind the scenes, and we cannot thank you enough. But yes, there you go. Snooey Smakinda, these two are not strangers to battling each other. And yes, battle resumed. Looking forward to seeing how this one pans out. Brad Tay is starting to really nut hammer as well. How's he?
He is, yeah. Sorry, I was just having a little look back,
Right.
further back down the field. Bopton Suicide 5, getting close, but obviously Suicide 5, fresh set of softs on, so he's looking to pull away there. Fury doing a great job at the front. To be fair, he's pulled 3 seconds now on Macedonia. He's just been creeping that gap.
Certainly has.
Macedonia, we should mention here actually that Macedonia has got a 5-second penalty to serve here, Skate, at the end of this race.
He does.
So obviously P2 at the moment. Should that stay the same?
Well, I mean,
the gaps stay the same as they are.
I mean,
then he's going to drop, but is what it is.
We do know he has to stop again, Housey. He's on 7-lap-old softs. They are definitely not going to make it towards the end there. So, well, we'll just have to wait and see where he feeds out. And Beans is DNF'd. Beans is out.
Turn 3 again.
Turn 3 claims another one. So there you go, folks. If you're an F1 gamer, an F1 racer, I tell you what, turn 3 here at Abu Dhabi is an absolute, well, it's causing havoc here at Formula 4. It is very easy. And I'm back only to, there you go. So Madgy's back. So just done a, well, what is that, 2 kilometres? Not even quite a mile. But, yeah, welcome back. 2.2 kilometres make up a mile. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's just give him a mile.
We'll give him a mile. Come on, we'll be nice to Madgy.
We'll give you a mile.
We'll give you a mile, Madgy. Well done, son.
To be honest with you, you know,
he's making a recovery.
In terms of the circumstances,
yes.
Yeah, he's done very well.
He's done very
anywhere
well.
near to that, so
exactly
fair play, Madgy. Look forward to hearing your dulcet tones next week.
And I know he's looking forward to being in the box. And yes, there you go. Macedonian is in, putting a fresh set of the softs on, so he's going to be rapid towards the end, is the Masso man. But Snooey up in a P4. Let's have a look at Mr. One Slick Mofo. He's doing his thing as Tactical Genius sets the fastest lap of a 1 minute 37.422. And he's down in 12th position at the moment. He does have a time penalty to his name. He has boxed again, and he will go towards the end of this Grand Prix as Snooey looks to really start to catch Smakinda here, mate. And he's doing the right thing, is the Snoo man. Yes, he certainly is. He's saving that ERS, and look how much he's caught up just from that slipstream.
See, that's what I thought.
No, if you look it up, it's 2.2 Ks to a mile. I know.
Well, it's Madgy reckoning it's 1.5.
He's cheating himself.
Need to get a better fitness watch.
Yeah, I think so.
Selling him a doozy.
Up and downhill, no flat ground. No, we're only stirring you, Madgy. We applaud you for all your efforts, of course. Yes, Madgy making the road to recovery, and he's doing a phenomenal job. Keep at it, son.
One Slick up 16 places now, Snooey up 15, and there's never a better time to remind you, maybe you should start thinking about the driver of the day.
Thank you.
With 7 laps to go. So Fury's now pitted. Fury is in the box, so he's going to give up that first place. One Slick takes over the lead. Smakinda up to P2, Snooey up to P3, Nat Hammer up to P4, Brad Tay up to P5. Fury, was that putting a wing on for Fury as well? It looked a little bit slow. Old boy, Brad Tay up 5th, Old boy up to 6th. Blue Dog up to 7th, Nosty up to 8th, so the Rockstar boys now 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th. Going great guns, but Fury now exiting the pits just in front of his team. Oh, this is going to be close. Yep, just in front of his teammate Macedonian in 9th place. So 1st to 9th for Fury. He's going to look to hunt down the Rockstar pack ahead of him. And when I say pack, I mean packs. It's all 4 drivers. He's going to look to drag Macedonia with him. It's Fury.
There you go, folks.
Well,
I have put the poll in the chat, folks. That will determine our driver of the day. Get your votes in. And yes, I could only put 5. They're the 5 best iPhone. Yeah. No. No.
So yeah, one slick. What he's at 17.
Mad G still trying to convince himself that 2 kilometres is 1.24 miles, and well, all credit to the lad. But yes, we are racing here. Snooey from the back of the field up into P3, charging down Smakinda. Yes, get your votes in. The driver of the day poll has gone out, and Snooey trying to make amends here from that, from that botch qualifying, so to speak. He did predict a last to first, and it's looked a Well, there you go. I don't know what you're converting, Mad G, but just Google is a great thing, great tool to use. And yeah, use that. Use that one. But yes, Stewie there, P3. Brad Tay into P5. He's all over the, well, kind of all over the back of that hammer. He's within DRS zone, which is the most important part to be, because there is a long straight coming, and he's going to make amends here. And let's just have a look to see how driver of the day polls have gone in. Mofo is leading the charge. Have a look at Mofo. Up 21 votes out of all the votes who have gone in. And great to see. How long have I got to use all my channel points to rig the vote like last week? As long as you want there, Droftas. There to the end of the Grand Prix, mate. But there you go. So we have been, well, a new follower, Link's Shadowbong. Thank you very much for following. You are follower number, didn't come up. It did not come up. But yeah, well, there you go. Thank you very much for following. We do appreciate that. Formula 4 Racing, as we've got Simple Haste Hat. Thank you very much for following. And he is now hosting with one viewer.
Yeah. So Fury and Macedonia now getting into that Rockstar battle. They've got past Blue Dog. Fury had got past Macedonia had got past Fury. Fury's now got back past Macedonia as Nolsty gets past Old Boy further ahead.
Well, he certainly has, and there you go. Nodsty, look at the Rockstar boys, as Blue Dog has dropped off, and I do say it's because of that that hard compound with everyone around him on softs. But there you go, Brad Tate, Nodsty, and TCF Old Boy doing the thing. But yes, Snooey has just reeled in another couple of tenths from Smakinda, who is starting to catch Mofo, but Mofo doing his thing.
Well. And
we're not going to give the lad too much airtime. We'll focus on the guys behind him because, let's not do that to him. Who's trying to outdo him with the votes? I am not too sure, but we all know that I would say, have a guess there, Mr. Droft. That would be the Amigo, the infamous one, infamous Pillars. Yes, of course, one Slick Mofo being a golf racing driver, Snooey being a Hello Kitty driver, and there he is as well. The boss man is in the chat throwing his support behind Mofo. Mofo would love to take this one out. But hang on a minute. Brad Tay and Nat Hammer, battle resumed, and they are both on 10-lap old mediums as Brad Tay thinks better of it. You live to fight another day, as he says. And yes, he tucks right in, and this is going to be a cracking battle towards the end of the Grand Prix as Kyotonic has just gifted a sub. No way, you didn't. You did not. You gifted a sub to the Amigo, the inaugural champion, Infamous Pillars. And there you go, Infamous Pillars just been gifted a tier 1 sub by Kyotonics. Thank you very, very much. He will appreciate that, and I'm sure he will reach out to you at some stage.
Sorry. Smakinda's round out of P2 now. That's him done.
Oh, Smakinda is dropped down to 5th place. Nodsty's coming up behind him. Nodsty's gone into the pit lane of Smakinda. What has happened there?
Put him back to track.
Oh no!
Macedonia. Who was that? Fury?
It's taken Fury out. It has taken Fury out, and there you go. We have a safety car. Wow.
Oh dear. Well, that was, in all fairness, that was, lost it, did Smakinda on the exit. What turn is that? I think that was turn 20, lost it. I don't think he actually had damage, but was going to put it in the pit lane, went to put it in the pit lane, and...
I don't know what happened, it's like it threw him out to the...
He did. Well, he went to put it in the pit lane like very late on after the spin, and got on the gas to put it in the pit lane, spun it round, put the nose end into the pit wall on the inside, and then reset him straight to the track on the exit of the final corner 21. Fury was a complete helpless sit and duck there, so that was very, 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 very unfortunate for Fury. No doubt he is absolutely. Oh.
I think Call Me Shady said it best this game. I think you said it best there, my friend. And yes, this game. We're all trying. We're all trying. There's not much we can do about it. We just roll with the punches. We do the best we can, of course. Obviously, most of the things that happen, like stuff like that, out of our control. Well, there you go. My chip and pot rival out, which would be... Bozzo's a pot 3, so pot 3 is Kyotonics and Mr. Fury Strat. So there you go, So,
yep, Darkness and Blue Dog, the other two pot 3 guys left in this race.
Darkness is having a great race, so to speak, and he's come on leaps and bounds over the last couple of weeks. And I have to say that because he actually really has. I will always praise the drivers that where it's warranted, of course. And to be fair, he's done phenomenally well over the last few weeks. And I only hope he keeps it up. Yes, one Slick Mofo, no stranger to the top echelons of the running order. And there he is there, P1, Mr. Mofo. Great stuff by you. Snooey in P2, and I reckon Mofo will be looking in his mirrors going, shit, Snooey again. These two are no strangers to each other. Nat Hammer fancies himself a piece of this as well. And there he is there, of course, in P3. Brad Tay, Rockstar Racing. Look at the Rockstar lads. P4, Nodsty, P5, yeah. Old boy, P6. And then we've got Macedonian in P7. Tactical Genius, phenomenal debut here at Formula 4 Racing. He's done a great job. He's up into P8, 2.5. After trying to stretch those mediums, folks, he's come out. He's in P9. We've got 2 laps remaining, 7 lap-old softs. None of these boys will have issues with tyre wear, but they're all trying to catch the back of the field. Blue Dog, P10. Blue Dog. Darkness, 11th.
Yeah, Darkness. Stig, Smakinda, Bopton, they've all just literally boxed for fresh softs. They're looking to make some places on the restart, although I think they're only going to get, a lap, 2 laps maybe at it, but currently P10 for Blue Dog, so if he can jump a few guys in front of him on a lap or so to go, try and get back
Snooey, I was just on, Snooey's on board, he's trying to lit up the rears, and I'll tell you what, that was close to going around, that was very, very close, and let's just stay on board with Snooey, of course, because the leader, we're not going to give anyone any clues when they jump, and it'll all be up to Mofo. Let's just see how he's going to do this one, of course, warming up those mediums, 13 lap-old mediums, they've just got to last another lap or 2, and I do believe Mofo was gone, and Snooey, wow, what a restart from the top 3. Mofo gets a bit tail squirmy. Snooey gets a run on him. Is he going to take him into turn 1? No, he's not. He thinks better of it and tucks him behind. There's a great camera shot. This is the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Look at the rockstar lad of Brad Tay trying to come into this one, excuse me. And, there you go. Nat Hammer is all over the back of Snooey, and look at the 3 rockstar boys getting very racy all of a sudden. Nodsty, Brad Tay. Brad Tay is starting to reel in Nat Hammer. So this is fantastic. We're going to have a big sprint towards the end of this one as its controller user 1 and 2, and whatever that means from Bozza.
Good dog.
And
good there dog. Good move. Sorry, get words out from Blue Dog up the inside of 2.5 into turn 7. It was late, but it was a good move.
Well, there you go. He's up into P9, mate.
Softs.
And yeah.
Darkness looking to take 2.5 as well on those fresh softs, which he does.
Oh no, hang on a minute, we've got a spinner. Tactical's around. Tactical is around, lit up those rears. And around he went, and that'll be him done. Yes, he'll go to the pit lane, get a fresh wing, and go again, of course. Yes, we're on lap 27, nearly approaching the last lap of the Grand Prix. The driver of the day votes are still valid, folks. Get your votes in. There's only a matter of seconds remaining. But let's just see who's going to win this one. One Slick Mofo is out in front. Snooey P2 and Nat Hammer P3. Worthy top three, if I do say so myself. The closest battle on track is the Stig and 2-5. Have a look at that running order. Have a look at the train. And it is all banked up. I tell you what, this is going to be interesting.
Macedonia. Blue Dog Macedonia is the closest battle. P7.
Look at the traffic in front of him. We are on the last lap, Housey.
Here we go. Oh, I don't know where to look on this lap, to be honest with you.
Oh, no.
2-5.
Oh, exactly right. Boz has just pointed out that, well, Snooey has got a penalty. He's just picked one up. And there you go. Disastrous. Oh, sorry. Well, there you go. My old eyes. As we welcome to the stream, it's Mr. Mount. I tell you what, that is an old head. How are you, Mr. Mount? Good to see you. Thank you for following. This is Formula 4 Racing. And, well, we're coming to the end of this one. One Slick Mofo leads it from Snooey via Nat Hammer. Then you've got Brad Tay, Nodsty looking to make amends here. And I wonder if we're going to see team orders here, Housey. Of course, Nodsty leading the championship. And there's some action behind. There is action behind Macedonian and Blue Dog. Well, the two Jaguars are fighting it out side by side. And this is fantastic stuff. Well, there you go. Macedonian into 7th. Blue Dog 8th position. Wow, what a comeback from that lad, of course. Bit of a, well, there you go. A bit of a mishap from himself with the wheel. His wheel is playing up on him, but we'll stay.
Jags. Oh. These Jags of Smakinder and Darkness all over the back of Blue Dog and having a right ding-dong.
They certainly are, mate.
Blue Dog wanted, I don't think.
They certainly are. As we'll go back up to the leader because the leader is rounding the last few corners now. Yeah. And this is the moment, folks. This is the moment that this man has been waiting for. And the week before he was. We had to curse him back into, well, the requiem of what we were accepting. And yes, here he is. One Slick Mofo wins at Yas Marina Circuit. Well deserved. Snooey will cross the line. Well, Snooey's going to drop down to 5th. Nat Hammer takes home 2nd. Brad Tay, P3. There you go. Nodsty misses out on the podium for the first time in a long time. And great stuff. Snooey, P5. Well, that's some great points for that lad, of course. And that is a well-earned result from the Snowman. Macedonian, P6. Blue Dog, great comeback from the Blue Dog. P7. The Stig, P8. Excuse me, Smakinder, P9, 2-5 in 10th position. Darkness Abyss, well, it was there and thereabouts all Grand Prix, and he finishes in 11th place. TCF Old Boy, excuse me, on, well, there you go, Rockstar Racing, P12, Bopton in 13th, and I'll have to wait for the screen to roll over, folks, because I missed those last two. You'll have to forgive me, but there you go. Well-deserved, well-earned victory, and One Slick Mofo not only gets the viewer driver of the day, but gets the game driver of the day. And, well, great stuff by him as we watch the podium celebrations. And, yes, we are at Yas Marina Circuit. So, therefore, that is not champagne. That is rosewater, Housey.
Oh, yeah. Lovely.
Beautiful, tasting stuff, that.
Lap. Who got the fastest lap?
We'll have to have a look when we go to the end of...
It's Tactical Genius. 137.422, Tactical Genius picking up the fastest lap, so good effort by him.
Certainly, mate. On debut, great result, except for that last, well, the restart, of course, he did spin and he was on, well, he qualified very well. He, of course, had a bit of a spin there 2 laps before the end, but nevertheless, a great result on debut as One Slick Mofo takes a well-deserved victory. P1, Nat Hammer, P2, P3. Let's go down to the fast, we'll wait for this to tick over for the stewards to do their thing, of course. And we will flick back down. There you go. Tactical Genius with the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, as Housey did touch on. 1 minute 37.422. Great stuff for that lad. We did lose Fury, unfortunately. Rip the Beans, Kyotonic, Tabbed, and Chasey Dane. Just give us a minute, folks. We're going to go on a brief pause, and I will get these three, as well as Driver of the Day, which is One Slick Mofo, in for a driver interview. Okay, folks, yes, we're back and we have the drivers in the commentary box. We'll start off with our third place getter, Mr. Brad Tay. Finally breaks the Ducks back, gets into the podium for Team Rockstar Racing. Great stuff, Mr. Consistent.
I wouldn't say consistent this year, but it's about bloody time.
Bloody oath, mate. We're looking at these lads who are, well, so badly wanted to be in the top three, of course. We'll touch on the other two in a minute. But yes, yourself, of course, yes. Haven't seen you, haven't had a driver interview, this season, to be fair. And, if you go off yesteryear, last season, and other leagues there are gone past, you were a regular, mate. And, let's just hope this is where the floodgates start to open for you there, mate.
Yeah, hopefully I'm back.
Let's hope so, mate.
I was in 2 minds for letting Aus Div pass. I was just waiting for an opportunity. I couldn't get it.
Yeah, yep.
It was balanced that 3-second penalty ahead and letting him pass. I don't know.
Well, there you go. Sometimes you've got to...
In the end, I just got ahead of myself.
At the end of the day, mate, you finished third. Of course, your teammate Nodsty in 4th position. He's leading the championship and doing a phenomenal job. Sorry, I should have put that screen up. There's the rolling screen, folks. So Nodsty on 200 points. Your good self there prior to this one is... I think it was 60.
Single digits?
Yeah, no, you weren't single digits. I'm just waiting for the screen to roll over so I can do that properly. Where are you? Brad Tay, 63 points. So your teammate quite comfortably out in front. But yes, so much to play for still. Yes, and the pots, of course. And let's just see if you can make a dent in that challenge for yourself and your team there, buddy.
Yeah, hopefully this is a bit of a turning point. It was a great race for the team too.
Yeah, definitely, mate.
3 of us in the top 10, and old boy wasn't far off. Well, he finished in the top 10.
Yeah. Well, I mean, old boy, to his own admission, to be fair, hasn't really fired a shot as of yet. And, let's just see when he starts to fire. I reckon it's coming too, mate. But let's hope he doesn't leave his run too late. But congratulations on your 3rd place there, Brad Tay. Awesome drive by you, my friend.
Yeah, thanks, Matt.
No dramas. As we will move to our 2nd place man. I'll just double check to see if he's in the chat. And yes, he most certainly is. He most certainly is. Nat Hammer, welcome back to the top 3, mate. Great drive yet again. Mr. Consistent, as you were just banging in those laps. Didn't qualify probably where you would have liked. But I tell you what, mate, your race pace was there. Your consistency was there. And you just kept plugging away at it. There were some cracking battles on that back straight where it was a bit of a DRS train. And you're sort of tussling and jostling for position. And, in the end, P2, fantastic.
Not gonna lie, this is a track I definitely didn't think I would be so high up.
Yeah.
Qualifying was touch and go. My second last lap, I had 8/10 in the bag, and to DQ like 2 turns before the line was pretty annoying.
Yeah, yep.
Gave it another shot, but I think the critical decision was when the middle safety car came out. Jumped on the softs for a lap, came back in, put a new set of mediums on to go to the end. I definitely think that gave me the track position. I was worried about those that were doing the other strategy of putting on mediums or softs towards the end. Yeah, because I just saw them on the track map going, that is not a whole lot of space between us.
Yeah.
Had a great battle with Brad Tay as well.
It's actually interesting you say that, though. Sorry, Nat. It's interesting you say that, though, because Brad Tay did the exact same thing, except he went from that middle safety car. He quickly threw the hards on for 1 lap and then darted back in and threw the mediums. So, great minds think alike. P2 and P3. So, you're the P2, man. Not far off the top step. And another great drive from you, my friend.
Yeah, it's a good drive. It's a bit unlucky with how many DNFs were going around, but good points all around.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Well, congratulations again, and we shall see you next week at Britain.
Thank you. See you guys later.
No dramas. Hang on a minute. Folks, Drum roll, please. It is One Slick Mofo. Finally brings the car home, brings it home in P1, and also driver of the day to boot. Congratulations, Mofo, on a well-deserved victory. And I'll tell you what, mate, you must have been looking forward to that one.
Yeah, it's funny what happens when you can actually finish all the completed laps. So, yeah, it's good to be in it later this one and not being, watching the stream. But, yeah, it was good fun.
Well, I'll tell you what, mate, there was some scary moments there, and we did touch on when we were on a bit of an intermission there, your warm-up prior to the restart. The last one, I do believe, I know I was on board with Snooey, and Snooey very close to spinning the car around, and you briefly told me that you nearly did the same thing there, mate.
Yeah, I thought I'd catch him napping, so I went the second last corner.
Yeah, yep.
I come around the last corner, I just gassed it way too quick, and I nearly put it into the inside wall, which I saw a few people had done on previous restarts. So yeah, nearly all came apart there with 2 laps to go, but I held on to it, and then smooth sailing to the finish.
Well, congratulations, mate, on a well-deserved victory. A whole heap of great points coming your way, my friend. And, like I did say, well-deserved, mate. We've been, not supposed to have favourites, and I do not. But after the conversations that we've had and the struggles that you've had this season, not just here, but everywhere else as well, it's good to see you on the top step. Congratulations, Mofo, and let's just bring this one home, baby. Well done, son.
No worries, thanks lads.
No dramas, mate. And well, I'll tell you what there, Housey. That was another instalment here of Formula 4 Racing, Yas Marina Circuit, Abu Dhabi. We have had an absolute cracking time bringing this one to you folks. And yes, as Housey has touched on in the stream, doing his bit behind the scenes, me and him will be doing a double header again. Yes, we will. You can catch this stream, same channel at 8 p.m. BST for the UK lads or the European lads to strut their stuff out on track. Housey, have you got anything else to add before we knock off, mate?
Well, just nice to see, obviously, One Slick finally getting a decent result in. So glad to see that One Slick has arrived back at the party, and obviously if he can continue to keep that form, that's going to really spice this championship up. We know how quick he generally is, so looking forward to the next one. Obviously, I know you'll have Matt G with you, but I'll be tuning in from work, and looking forward to the European side later on to see what these boys have got in store for us.
Well, great stuff there, Housey, and thank you very much for all of our viewers who have tuned in to watch that another magnificent instalment here of Formula 4 Racing. For I am Simi Skate, that was hello there, Housey. We hope you enjoyed that one. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to send you to another stream briefly to support the stream community. And for us, for now, goodbye.